Welcome to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by the way of HW Wick, handcrafted candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. Also by the Block family, which started on Marlowe's Corner. We just keep going. Also presented by the Track Titan, in which case I always say this is where we get our track. And so if you know somebody that's looking for some music, tell them to holler at us. You can go ahead and hook them up. My boy Place Association, that's the king, y'all. He be hooking up those sounds and those videos with good music, some old school tracks. I'm gonna let this one roll with y'all for a minute while we get things together. Glad to see you coming in. Man, so let me go ahead and say, sorry to see you leaving, but glad you're leaving at a time that you're not hurt and beat down. And that's to Regis Prograde, because he went on and retired on us. Yeah, he calling it quits. He hanging the gloves up from what he said. So, you know, nice retirement check when he went out the door. And hey, what can you say about that? We're gonna relax a little bit. Last week's boxing, you know, we saw the return of Tyson Fury, Conor Ben fighting at 150 pounds against Regis Prograis. A lot of people was complaining and saying that Conor Ben picked a blown up 140 pounder to go ahead and get his fight in. I want to know what you guys think about that and how you think. My question is going to be, who can Conor Ben beat at 147? That's the question. But as usual, you know, we're going to let it slide in real slow. I'm going to wait for the family to get themselves together, see who wakes up, join us. And until then, I'm going to go ahead and just chill and let some of this music play for a little bit while I get myself fully together and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Fully together and ready to go. So with that being said, y'all relax for a minute, kick it in. Salute OG, I'll be on when I get to the house. What's going on to my brother Trey X? Or should I say, the great Trey X? I'll be waiting for you, my brother. I'll be waiting for you. Anyway, like I said, the question is, who can Conor Ben beat at 147? How do you rate his performance against Regis Prograis? And what are your thoughts on the return of Tyson Fury? With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this.
Berry, melon, rosso, rose, red apple, bianco, pineapple, black cherry, ruby rose, grapefruit, moscato, iced tea, tropical, mango, green apple, blackberry, ounce fusion, lemon, lime, French vanilla.
I see Eric Arden slid into the building. He said, "What's up? What's good, family? You know it's all great, my brother. We just gonna go ahead and chill for a little bit, let this music get to rolling a little bit, and talk about the subjects at hand." Right now, y'all listening to the smooth sounds of Stella Rosa, written by my brother, Obese.
The candles are burning, the music is low. Your fine as wine and your body close. You sway to the melody, your poetry in motion. I'm caught in a spell, and you got the potion. I pull you closer so I can embrace you. The smell of your clavicle makes me wanna taste you. You're my Stella Rosa. You're my Stella Rosa. You're my Stella Rosa. You're my Stella Rosa. Our bodies are touching. I put my hands on your waist. This passion is burning as I invade your space. You slow grind up on me while I'm tracing your spine. I'm caressing your curves, girl, with nasty thoughts on my mind. I'm kissing on your shoulders, removing your gown. You roll your neck like you're stretching as I begin to go down. You're my Stella Rosa. You're my Stella Rosa. You're my Stella Rosa. You're my Stella Rosa. Berry, melon, rosso, rose, red apple, bianco, pineapple, black cherry, ruby rose, grapefruit, moscato, iced tea, tropical, green apple, blackberry. You taste it.
Hey, Eric, I just gotta say, man, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So we got our game going, look like you kind of got me in a bind, but I'm enjoying the fact that, we're playing it over the day. So if y'all don't know, me and my boy Eric, we play chess. You know what I'm saying? We got a long game going on. Something to just help unwind my mind and get things to where they are. But like I said, the conversation is going to lean on Conor Ben and who you think he can beat at 147 pounds. I also want to know what you think about Tyson Fury's return to the ring against Makhmudov and what you saw. And do you think he can make noise at the heavyweight division still? But like I said, right now, I'm going to hit y'all with Hydro Blow. This is one of the old ones, one of my favorite songs. My brother DeCane, you know what I'm saying? He does it like that. He put the cherry on top with the whipped cream on Hydro Blow. It don't got to be a long game, champ. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be. Don't you try to pull that one on me, homie. It's gonna be a long game. And let me go ahead and say, D-Lo 404 boxing, the voice of reason, the man that helps you think outside the box, had a birthday the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I want to give a warm, heartfelt happy birthday to my brother from another mother and father. I hope that your day went smooth and everything went well for you. And we also got a birthday coming up with my other my other OG. Yeah, I had to call him OG because he took care of his business. And the champ Ross, Urge to Purge, has a birthday coming up on the 15th. So I got to give a shout out, an early shout out, happy birthday to my brother Urge to Purge, and keep everything going. So once again, happy birthday to D-Lo. Even though it's a belated birthday, happy birthday to you, man. Much love to you. Hope you and your family doing well. I know he'll probably pop in late. If he doesn't, he always catches the replay. That's why I got much love for that man. The voice of reason, who helps you think outside the box. And with that being said, let me slide over to Hydro Blow real quick. As like I said, we let the chat populate, and we're gonna get things together. Peace. But I ain't going nowhere.
Shorty looking mad fly. Had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulating conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene. I mean, feel me? Really? I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my. Pass the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said it's O, its last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese, and you get high. Then I'm your guy. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. If I got the high, you got the low. Slow burn.
Say what you want, just be blunt, I can stand the flames. Take a ride on the great airlines, I promise you be glad you came. The fire in your eyes make wetness between your thighs. You say you never blow, I eliminate your disguise. Underneath your green exterior, I gaze. Exploration of your brain leaves me in a purple haze. I see consent as my morals continue living. I just like to engage in a little oral tradition. So pardon my unorthodox approach to blazing luscious. That's just the way I roll. Lick the split before I stuff it. You like it hot, I got enough smoke to choke the average throat. But tonight I'm trying to go a little deeper. Loving the feel of your lips, taking drags off this gas, just puff and never pass. I'm your high value reefer.
I got the high, you got the low. I got the high, you got the low. I got the high, you got the low. I got the high, you got the low.
I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling as she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, "Girl, hurry up." She placed her gaze back up on and took a deep sigh and said, "I'm so home. You want a drink?" I said, "Yeah." And while she walking to the table, she asked me what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pout. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, "Oh, you like what you see?" Before I can answer, I heard, "Hey, what about me?" I turned around, she got a pose with no clothes, with a leg up on the chair, with her hands on his toes. She said, "Don't speak, just lay back on the bed." Said something about double hit. Yeah, you heard what she said.
I got the high, you got the low. I got the high, you got the low. I got the high, you got the low. I got the high, you got the low.
I'm back. And I got to say, man, I got to say, Hydro Blow is one of my favorite songs because Obese and my brother Decane killed that song. Decane's part, honestly, his and Obese are my favorite parts. Decane's first, Obese second. I love that song because of what they did on it. Those guys came through hard on that song. My boy Decane said Conor Ben might be able to get with Mario Barrios. Followed up by Eric R saying, I'd like to see Conor versus Rolly or Brian Norman Jr. Going to Mario Barrios. I like Mario Barrios. That's the other guy that everybody say, don't listen to MZ when he start talking about sweet hands, plants. Yeah. And the last Taka. Mario Barrios. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I got to give some pushback against my boy Mario. You can't be just throwing Conor being out there against Mario and think he's going to win. But I will say this, it is a strong possibility that he might be able to slide past Mario's because Mario has been in some battles already and he could be slightly on the decline. You know, so I'll give a little weight to that decaying on Mario, probably taking the fall to Conor Ben. But Rolly and Brian Norman, I would have to see how Brian Norman, if you was going to put him against somebody, might be able to get with Lipinets. Come on, man. Let's just let Lipinets make it because I thought he was retired. Honestly, I ain't seen him in so long. You know, he probably can get with Lipinets. You know, they probably can get with Yeah, I said lemon. Lipinets. Big bro in the house. He say, salute family. What's up, bro? What's going on? To my favorite producer of all time. Texas Timbo, Manny Draperlin, Maestro. What's going on with you, my brother? Glad to see you slid into the building. Put your feet up on the table, you know, and just chill and relax as we go through these situations of Conor Ben. First of all, he hasn't fought at 147 in, a couple of years. The last fight he had was, you know, we all know against Regis Prograis. In my opinion, he didn't look so well against Regis. Now, was Regis that much better, even at his older age and coming up, which he didn't make the 50-pound mark. He came in at 148, I believe. Conor Ben talking about he can make 147, but so many people looked at him and thought that he was weight drained. Had a few head clashes within the fight, and that's because we had a southpaw against orthodox fighter. But with that being said, you know, you got Catterall, Rocha, that's running around at 147. Polanco, Rolly, which, you know, Eric Carr brought up. He say, put Ben in there with Castillo Clayton. There's another one. But, you know, when you start talking about him going up, y'all got the coldest nicknames, low-key Texas Timbo and Pecos Bill. No, you did not just snatch Pecos Bill up out of there. Put Ben in there with Castillo Clayton. Castillo Clayton. You think he even stand a chance with that? You know, I was, you know, did I say Rolly? Yeah, because, you know, my brother brought up Rolly. You know, you got him. I was going to say, you know, I have to wait to see what Brian Norman probably going to pull up because, you know, we still got to wait to see how he looks coming out of the gate up under this new trainer that he has, what he's learned, what he's retained, what, if anything, and I'm sure he should have picked up something in his loss against Devin. I was thinking more along the line that, you know, maybe you put Conor Ben in there with Stanionis. Stanionis has been out the ring for a while. Stanionis, that's my boy. I like Stanionis. He might give Ben serious problems. So far, every name that has flowed, I think would give Ben a problem, except for Lipinets. Because like I said, I thought Lipinets was pretty much done. I haven't seen him in so long. I haven't even heard his name get called in the mouth. Stanionis would F Ben up. You think so? even though he hasn't been in the ring in a minute. You know, Boots, you know, did brought it to Stanionis. But let me correct this real quick before anybody think I'm tripping. Conor Ben ain't no Boots. We already know that. So we you know, but the only reason I'm saying Stanionis came because, like I said, he's been out the ring for a minute, and you know, he might have to shake some rust off. Maybe he'll get him a warm up fight, and all these things that I'm talking about is speculation. It's not, hasn't been called out. He hasn't called those names. He's calling names that I really think would give him problems. I think that Rolly will give him problems. I'll agree with you. Stanionis come in and be Stanionis, he'll give him problems. He could give Ryan Garcia a slight problem with that bullish if he comes in trying to bull. But I think Ryan Garcia will put him on his butt. You know, I think Ryan Garcia give him problems. Devin Haney, I think Haney will give him problems. You know, I think him going into 147 is not going to be as sweet as he think it is. I don't think it's going to be that sweet. He said Conor Ben is a flip-flops. Far from Boots. Yeah, Conor Ben is not on that level. I don't know why or what's the reason that they're trying to build him up to such a level to make it seem like he just going to be some monster at 147, unless they know something we don't know, and all the 47 pounders that are there getting ready to either move up or retire. And I haven't heard or got any reason to think that's about to happen. But yeah, I agree with you. Garcia might stop him. That's why I said, you know, right now, the names that I've named, I really don't see who he might what he might do, or who he said when you go to distance with Regis, you are a hard sell as a threat in this boxing game. And I was going to ask, could it be that Regis was, you know, if Regis had been younger, you know, if this had been a younger Regis, closer to his prime, then closer to his retirement age, would that fight been a lot different? I seen Regis, you know, he did get some nice shots into the body and everything like that. He was working. But Conor, I have to give it to him in his Regis at 147, especially. Yeah, him moving up at the age and everything. Conor was able to move around. You know, he did stay moving around. His gas tank seemed like it was all right. Not that he was put under a lot of stress in order to test that gas tank. But Regis did well. He said, you know, he didn't get knocked down. He got wobbled one time, but I think he returned the favor. I think he hurt Conor at least once in that fight. Conor got some good body shots in throughout the fight, but I didn't see anything remarkable about him. I didn't see anything great about him. You know, they brought up the situation that his one loss he avenged, so he can technically say he's one of the fighters that has beaten every man that he's ever faced in the ring, which is not saying a lot, you know. And dare I say, and I don't want to, you know, throw dirt on the man, but when you get popped for being dirty and then you come back and you don't look like the so-called destroyer that you were looking like when people thought you was on the juice, it's a whole different kind of array. And people looking at you a lot different, not just a little. They looking at you a lot different. And hey, I don't know. Like I said, Catterall is over there, you know, from across the pond with him. Maybe they try to sit him in there with Catterall. Probably get beat by Catterall. Rolly will mess around and surprise him. You know, Rolly got that I don't want to say let me just say he got that special kind of strength. And Rolly seems to have grown up a little bit. I listened to his conversation. He's kind of, you know, talking a little different, talking a little better. He still got bad things to say about Devin Haney and on those matters. But Brian Norman or Stanionis, those would be the first two people that I would look at. And I probably would look at Stanionis first because he's been out for a minute. You know, last time I remember seeing him was against Boots. Haven't heard or saw anything from him since then. Um, Brian Norman Jr., like I said, he's training with a new trainer. Um, who knows? He could be picking up some new technique. He's young enough to be able to learn and get the muscle memory in, and be able to correct the things that he did wrong in the Haney fight. He got surprised by getting dropped, and it looked like he kind of got off of the cycle of really wanting to fight and battle, and pretty much got outboxed out there. Conor Ben was doing a lot of lunging and to me, wide swinging against Regis. Regis, for the most part, protected himself pretty well against Conor. Conor just didn't make no headway for me in there. Honestly, I don't think he's going to be that juggernaut in I don't think he's going to be a juggernaut in 147. He'll be good at best. Great, no, I don't see great in the makings for him. I don't see the star that they're trying to put him up there in. I don't see that for him or anything. Just came out. His interview with Brian Custer is really, I'm gonna have to check that out then. I'm gonna have to check the interview out. You talking about Brian Norman Jr.? I saw it, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and take it in. The work schedule is something hectic, and I'm getting ready to change. Well, I'm putting in a bid tomorrow for some new routes. Hopefully, I can keep the same off days. Maybe I can get an extra off day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'll have to see. Okay, yeah, the Brian Norman Jr. I'm gonna have to check that out and see what it goes on. I'm gonna give it to Brian Custer on The Last Stand. He does have some pretty good interviews and everything. He does get some good interviews with a lot of the athletes that are boxing. So hats off to Brian Custer and The Last Stand. But in my opinion, I watched the fight. I don't know how Netflix feel about the product that they put out for Regis and Conor. Tyson Fury, I guess they kind of laid their hat on him bringing in some views, which I read somewhere that they got 5 million views for that live. So that's saying a lot. That's saying that's a big number. 5 million views. But my thing is Conor Ben, Devin Haney. I think Devin will beat Conor. I think he'll outbox Conor. I think the jab would be a problem for Conor against Devin Haney. Because Devin has a good jab and he uses it with an educated purpose. He knows how to poke and prod with it. And I think Conor wouldn't be able to get past that. But Devin would have to be aware of Conor swinging for the fences, which it seemed like he did quite a bit against Regis in the fight. The only thing that Devin can look at is you couldn't put out 140 pounder that would blow it up. So what you gonna do with me? What you gonna do with Ryan? What you gonna do with Rolly? What you gonna do with guys that have the speed and the footwork to be able to fight back? There's some light rumblings that Regis probably had a knee injury or he wasn't quite ready. I did see him give an interview, which kind of took me by surprise a little bit, because he said that he was terrified. He was terrified to fight Conor Ben. He wanted to pull out. He said he wanted to pull out the night of. But he went on, he said he told his son that when you face something that you're scared of, you got to push through. I'm glad he went on and pushed through. I'm glad he didn't allow himself to get pulled out of the fight, or didn't allow himself to overthink it and drop out the fight. I'm glad he stayed in, made an account for himself, showed the world that Conor Ben is not a destroyer, not the destroyer like Eddie Hearns. Well, Eddie Hearns don't even have it anymore. He went over there to Zuffa. So Eddie probably, because Eddie showed up to the fight, he was probably hoping that our boy Regis put him on his back. Ruger. But that didn't happen. But, Ruger didn't get put on his back either. The heck is wrong with my headphones just falling off like this? So I don't see Conor being, as I said, I don't see him being a star, a moon, a shooting star. Hell, I don't even see him being a cloud in 147. What I do see him being is an okay fighter. I said good, but I'm gonna say okay fighter. Um, Shakur, going back to what Shakur said, he started late. His skills on up to par like they need to be, and the guys, I think, what is Rolly like? Probably the lowest of them when it comes down to. He say not even the cloud. No, not even the cloud, baby. Not even the cloud. So, and that's, I think the clouds are the lowest things in the sky. So yeah, if you're gonna put him up in the atmosphere, that's where you're gonna have to be. Can he be a bird or a bird airplane? Let me see. Let me see. Airplanes are flying too high. Birds get pretty high too. Eagles get pretty much up there. And I forget the name of that falcon that swoops down at a real high rate and knock things down that he's trying to hunt. I will give him a moth. He could be a moth. Yeah, he could flutter around as a moth. That's about as good. That's about as good as I can give him. Bird is too high. Airplane is too high. A mosquito. Yeah, you know what, DeCane? That's a good one. A mosquito, because he's running around buzzing in people's ears, biting when you don't need to be biting. And this bite is not dangerous unless you feel with malaria. It's just agitating. He bites you and it just itch a lot. That's all he seemed to do. He giving me the itches and got me saying, what is boxing going to do? You know what? This is what I hope. I hope that he gets what he asked for. I hope that, I understand that he's supposed to be negotiating with Ryan Garcia. He's talking that noise told Ryan. And who Ryan lose to? Ryan lost to Rolly and Tank. But then fighting at 147 pounds, Conor would have to make 147 pounds more. So I give the edge to Ryan, because Ryan seems to be making 147, seems to be able to make 147 comfortably. He might have to be going to 154 soon, but I don't think too soon. I think 147 is feasible and comfortable enough for him to campaign at and be able to do some justice for himself. Now, I'm not turning into a Ryan Garcia fan, but against Conor Ben, I guess I would have to be. If I had to root for one of them, I guess I would root for Ryan. I think Ryan is fast enough to catch Conor in more than one way. And dare I say, Ryan is good enough to throw his hook and catch Conor coming in. So that could be a recipe for disaster for old Conor Ben. Now, I can't remember. Has Conor Ben ever been knocked down? I can't remember. I don't think he has. I think, for so far he's been showing, but then he's been juiced. He's been showing good whiskers, I think. I'm not on a Conor Ben train. I'm sorry. This might upset some people from the UK if they are fans of Conor Ben. It might be upset some people here in the US if they some fans of Conor Ben. But for me, myself, I almost put the title as Conor Ben trash, or was Regis Prograis just so good in his older age that he was able to stifle Conor? But I'm not going to disrespect the man and call him trash. I'm going to just say he's not that good. Mosquito, that's about it. But I think Ryan will catch him with the speed and be able to catch, the speed to kill him against Ryan. Stanley Jonas, I think that's just that hard hat, blue collar, be able to go punch for punch, blow for blow. I like Stanley Jonas, man. Stanley Jonas, you got to say it like that, MZ. You got to say Stan Jonas. I think Stan Jonas can come back, get him a fight to shake the rust off. This is what I'm thinking. If he can get in, shake the rust off, and then deal with see, that's how bad he is. I can't even remember his name. Conor Ben. If Stan Jonas can come in and get the work in, I think he'll, like my boy DeCane said, he'll put a beating on Conor Ben. And this is all speculation, y'all. I'm just throwing out my thoughts of the 147 pounds of the guys that I deem would take care of Conor Ben. Stanley Jonas, um, Rolly and his awkwardness. I don't think it would be a reenactment of the pit bull. I think pit bull just stepped on the gas and ran to Rolly and just kept swinging for the fences and caught Rolly. And once he caught Rolly, he unleashed on him pretty seriously. And then Rolly was talking that nonsense and called him a. Y'all remember the commercial Tiquero Taco Bell? He called him that little chihuahua. He was calling him. He was disrespecting the man. So what he got out of pit bull was deserving. He should have been more ready. But, he can't hang his hat on the fact that he stopped Ryan Garcia. If I had to guess, and I'm just spitballing here, the person that I would think would be the best fight for Conor Ben, going back to what my boy said. Oh, he was dropped twice in the fight that he won. Okay, so he can't. He has tasted the canvas. Was that when he was juicing, or was that after he was accused? Let me change that. Was that when he was accused of juicing, or was that after he went through his suspension or his time away from the fight and he came back and people think he's not juicing? Which I heard that some people think he might be still doing it because the fluctuation up and down. He's been walking around at 160 pounds. That fight that he had with Eubank was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So he's been at a high weight for a minute. He claims that he had been in the gym and he'd been working and knocking the weight down, but for a few times that I saw him, he looked like he was a big guy. So coming back down to 147 and maintaining 147, can he do that and do it honestly? But Rolly, Stanionis, not Stanionis, Rolly and Mario Barrios, I think those would be the best candidates for him to start his campaign at 147 to show that he got it. I don't really count Rougarou, Regis Prograis. I don't really count that as a start off for the campaign at 147 for the simple reason it was a call up. And Prograis, that was his first 147 fight. Unless I'm tripping. That was his first 147 fight. Because I think when Devin beat him, it was at 140 before Devin went on up. Am I correct? If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. So if he's gonna start his campaign, he should start it with Mario or Rolly. He might have been juicing. It was in 2017. Okay, that says a lot. But yeah, Mario. Y'all know how I feel. I really like Mario, San Antonio representative, all this kind of stuff. I'm down here in the city in. I don't want to go against the Texas boy. All my babies was born here. My wife was born here, not in San Antonio, but Texas. I'm the Indiana guy, came down here, fell in love with Texas. It gave me a family. So y'all got to understand, when we have fighters, I'm a ride with them if they look like they worth their salt. Like I said, the only knock against Mario is that he's been in enough battles where it looks like, he's slowing down, and that could play well for Conor. That's what I see with him. With Rolly's a champion now. He might get that 10% bump of being better. Is it 10%, 3%, 5%? It's somebody's percent, but he has a belt. He stopped Ryan from taking his belt. So Ryan's a champion, so that's going to give him a boost, more belief in himself. But Rolly might give Conor more than what he asked for. I'm hearing a knock at the back door. The doorbell just rang. Let the garage door up because it sounds like my brother then just came into the building. My brother from another mother and father. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that can call a frog from a whale. To me, hands down, the best fight caller in these YouTube streets, the great Trey X. What's up, my brother?
Salute. What's going down, man? Salute to everybody in the chat. I just wanted to come through and chop it up about some boxing and shit, man. I know I've been MIA a little bit lately, been busy as hell, but shit, I'm in here tonight, so what's going down?
It's going down lovely. Right now I'm just going through a slight list of 147 pounders. Do anybody think that Conor Ben might be able to beat? And Lipinets was the first name that was thrown up, but I'm like, I haven't seen Lipinets in so long, and he probably would get past Lipinets. But right now I was just saying, Eric, I'll say salute to you, bro.
Lou was going down.
I'm just saying it right now. I was saying Mario Barrios might be a prime candidate if he gonna start his campaign at 147 pounds. Mario Barrios might be the first test for him to start before he starts going up that proverbial ladder of names, since he got so much mouth. Because Mario been through some battles, and Mario might be on a slight decline. That's the only one that I'm willing to give to him without giving a lot of pushback to.
Yeah, the weight class really ain't deep right now. That's why I was advocating for people like Virgil Ortiz and for Bruce Ennis to move to 154. So this is a good time for Conor Ben right now. You know what I'm saying? The coast is kind of clear and shit right now. But, he ain't got the pedigree that a lot of guys got, man. He had 30 amateur fights in Australia and shit. Everybody was thinking he was going to knock out Prograis. Shit, I was assuming Prograis was going to go the distance or maybe even have a chance to win the fight. I actually thought he came out kind of smooth in the first round and shit. He was boxing that motherfucker. A little bit of head movement, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then he got caught with a right hand when the bell run. And that seemed to kind of throw him out his groove a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Made him a little hesitant. But, he definitely didn't look as good against Regis as Devin Haney did. He didn't even look as good against Regis as what's the Latino fighter, the Southpaw that fight every goddamn body. He fought
the one that was training with Lomachenko.
I don't know if he trained with Lomachenko, but the one that I think he took his first loss against Gary Russell Jr. back in the day. He fights Southpaw after Southpaw, man. He only been stopped like one time. He tough as a motherfucker. He dropped Prograis a few times in the fight. I can't remember his name though, but he didn't even look as good as him. Joseph Diaz, I think his name is.
Yeah, Eric Carr said Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, Jojo Diaz. Appreciate that. But yeah, both. He was a national champion. Devin Haney was a national champion. So I'm not surprised they both look better against Prograis than Conor Ben did. You know what I'm saying? But I think he'll give some guys some tough fights. I like the fight that you said with what's the Latino fighter you said? Mario Barrios. Yeah. I like that fight. Barrios on the decline a little bit. He was a national champion himself. He gonna fight though. He a warrior in there. Conor Ben, he fight pretty much the same way every time he fight. I think that'll be a good fight.
Before you go any further, I got to put this out there. My boy DeCane says, like I always say, Trey X is not the best fight caller on YouTube. He is the greatest fight caller of all time. I don't care if he disagrees.
Appreciate that, bro. We got to give a shout out to the real GOAT, though, Don Dunphy, a motherfucker that was calling fights with a live crowd behind him and was still holding it down. You know what I'm saying? He don't never stutter or none of that shit. Don't never slip up. That's the real GOAT. But I definitely appreciate you, though, bro. Square business.
I feel you. I see D-Lo 404 Boxing has slid into the building. He said salute. I got to say, I said it earlier, but I want to say it while you're here. Happy belated birthday, my brother. I'm sorry that I was late, but I hope everything went great for you and you enjoyed your day.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing, what the Kane talking about, I'm the best. Well, we damn sure know it ain't what's blazing in sports. See, he over there posting posters and shit, talking about he the king of fight calls and all that kind of shit. Like, come on, bro. It's a bunch of motherfuckers that he can't touch when it comes to calling fights. But I guess that's his right to think what he wanted to think. It was funny though, because I left a comment in his on one of his videos. I said, yeah, I see you off here talking about you the best and all that type of shit. Man, you gonna make the real best come out of retirement, nigga. Keep on talking. He didn't respond to me though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm confused because who is this claiming today? Who is this claiming today they got a crown and calling the fights?
Well, this dude, he used to rock with us back in the day, me and Marlo and shit. So he done listened a whole bunch how we do things, you know what I'm saying? And then he took it to his channel and started doing this thing. And I guess he all right. I listened to him a little bit. I can tell he been kind of studying me a little bit, like trying to adopt my style and shit. But if you're gonna do that, you can't say you the best, man. You got to come with your own style if you're gonna say you the best. Right now, you just a Trey-esque carbon copy.
Emulation is a great compliment.
Yeah. But you just can't be making all them claims. Talking about you this and you that. That's my only problem. Well, not much of a problem. You know, it's all fun. It's all good.
Yeah, but here I said, the Kane said, I think the whole Block family done said it. We don't care what nobody else say, bro. You got it hands down. That man said, you got to come back because your cheering is getting a little big-headed out here in these streets, man.
D-Lo saying that. I was going to see if D-Lo wanted to do something, man. We get together and do something. Because I know you got your live stream on Tuesdays. That's a staple in our community. But I do feel like we could use a little bit more volume, a little bit more activity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
D-Lo, he smart as fuck when it comes to boxing and shit. Me and him, we can debate a little bit, go back and forth. It's all love and shit. It ain't like we gonna be falling out and arguing and shit. I think that should be player. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be one of the first to subscribe. You know I'll be there. Even if I had to sneak while I'm driving and listen. No, I can't be sneaking. I'll mess around and get fired with that bullshit. I just have to do it the right way. D-Lo said he wants the trivia back.
Yeah, we can use all this shit.
I see Moody Trayweather's in the building. Salute y'all. What's going on, Moody?
Salute, bro. What's going down with you? Who you got in the finals, man? In the NBA?
I don't know. I think San Antonio. Because, all of my San Antonians that's around me that I see at work, the people that just the travelers, everybody is saying that San Antonio looks poised to pull off an upset against the crowd. So I'm really not sure because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen a game.
Yeah. I think I like OKC to repeat.
Ooh, wow.
Like, as far as the numbers go, they just in a class of their own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rolling with OKC again. I had OKC last year too. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna do it again. We gonna see though.
My boy Kane say the Wemby cheat code. Moody Trayweather say OKC versus the Celtics.
Yeah, Wemby a bad motherfucker, but yeah, I like that pick OKC versus the Celtics. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lock in with you one time.
Okay, I'm hoping the San Antonio don't make the mistake. I hope they keep everybody together like they did with the older team that dynasty with David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. They let David retire, kept Tony and all that, brought in had Kawhi. I hope they keep the core guys that they had together and not mess it up. If they do that, they stand a chance to grow a lot stronger. And heck, they could be a problem for years to come.
You can't forget about Manu Ginobili, man. That motherfucker there was cold too back in the day.
It slipped my mind, and I drive past a mural almost. I drive past a mural every week of Manu, Tim, and Tony for sure.
Yeah. They gave us some good basketball, man, knocking out good teams and shit too. Straight dynasty.
Ron Harper's son. Who Ron Harper's son play for?
I know he got a son that play, man. I'm so out the loop when it comes to the basketball. It don't make no sense. All I do is go look at the numbers from time to time.
Because you're the number man.
Yeah, I can't tell you no details about the teams.
I need to get Big E in here. I know he's been watching the games. He's sitting over there listening quiet. Bro, you need to go and press the button and come in here and give me some information on some basketball. Moody Trayweather said he leaning toward championship pedigree this playoffs. Yeah, so that would be OKC, huh?
That is OKC. You know what I'm saying? They broke through last season. They seem to be a well-coached team, man. They play together, got good role players and shit. If they got the same squad from last year. And like he said, they done been here before. You know what I'm saying? And they got arguably the best player in the league, too. And he got a hell of a sidekick going with him, too. That motherfucker's balling out there.
Oh, he said that's who that his son played for the Spurs. Okay.
I ain't know this shit.
Not to go too far. Now you said that you think that Mario Barrios and Conor might have action against Barrios. If Stanionis rear his head, how do you think that fight will go? I think if Stanionis come and get him a warm up, he can go ahead. I think he'll go through Conor Ben.
Hey, you know what I'm rolling with? I'm rolling with Stanionis, the Olympian. I think he'll put hands and feet on Conor Ben, especially since like Conor Ben, he done went to 160 and he got to come back down to 47. He didn't look quite as strong against Prograis as he been looking. I think he'll get his ass whooped fucking around with Stanionis. I know Stanionis lost to Boots Ennis, but Conor Ben ain't no Boots Ennis.
I said that same thing, bro.
It's two different categories. And I think Stanionis got something for him. And Stanionis has been in there with good fighters. He beat Razar Butayel. He beat Gabriel Maestre. These are both 4.5s that he beat. You know what I'm saying? Now, he lost to Ennis. You know, his activity wasn't that good and all that kind of shit. Ennis is a phenomenal fighter. You know, we got to give him his props. But kind of being more like a workman type of guy. Do the same thing over and over and over again type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be right up the alley for Stanionis.
Okay, so we agreeing on that one. Who else did I say? Because I ran. What about Catterall? They both from over there across the pond. I think Catterall will beat him too.
Yeah, Catterall got action, man. I got to give Catterall his props. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't beat my boy Josh Taylor. He should have beat him twice, but he did beat him once. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and whooped the shit out the engine, Echo Esman. I'm talking about beat the brakes off of him. He did take a loss to Arnold Barbosa Jr. You know what I'm saying? That was a real close fight, though. Could have went either way. They was giving Barbosa credit for them 1-2-1 combinations that he was throwing. He'll throw the 1-2-1, jab, right hand, come back with another jab. He'll miss the first two most of the time, but he would land that third one. And they was giving him a lot of credit for that. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good close fight. But yeah, Catterall can fight like a motherfucker, man. He a southpaw and he a little bit shorter too. And that's a tough style to fight against, man. A southpaw that's shorter, it almost feel like you reaching down into a hole or something and it's a snake in there. And that motherfucker might strike you or something because you got to overextend yourself to catch the motherfucker. And he a good counter puncher too, man. If you reach, I teach. He coming back with that left hand on your motherfucking ass. Yeah, that'll be a good fight, man. That'll be a hell of a fight.
Okay. I guess the next closest fight after because we already said it, we think that he wouldn't go past those two guys. But I say I don't think he'd go past those two guys. The next closest fight that I would give him would have to be Norman. I would put Norman in there before I would put Rolly in there. I think Norman has to reprove himself, seeing that he's changed his trainer and all that good stuff.
Norman will whoop his motherfucking ass. I don't care who trained him. When this a national champion, man, this is Conor Ben, bro. Like I was saying that 147 was a weakened division because they had Conor Ben ranked number 3. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a big reason why I said what I was saying. This motherfucker ranked number 3. A motherfucker that had 30 fights and 30 amateur fights in Australia. He go up there and he beat a weakened Chris Eubank Jr. Now all of a sudden he a bad motherfucker now. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't believing that shit, man. I think Brian Norman Jr. go out there and put something real mean on him. Square business.
Your homegirl Beatrice Fiera is rumored to be going down to 130 after Thurhan put beats on her.
Yeah, that woman there, a hard punching woman, man. She got that frame too. She coming down with that right hand and shit. Yeah, she fucked my girl up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I wish Beatrice the best though, man, because she's still a good action fighter. I just think she went against a phenomenal fighter. And she a hard punching woman. Pound for pound, she might be top 5 hardest punchers in women's boxing. That woman punching like that, bro.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, she went out there and beat a fucking bona fide 4.5. And she ain't even got a deep amateur background. She like a normal type mortal. she a mortal. And she went out there and whooped the world beater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do nothing but give her props.
Hats off to her.
She might be behind Gabriella Fundora. You know, she's stopping there.
Ooh, yeah, she's stopping everybody. Oh, slanky, lanky.
I ain't
like
even been in here
Fundora.
since the damn Fundora versus Keith Thurman fight, man. I ain't even come chopping up on that shit.
You know, Lala D was shooting at y'all last week. She was shooting at you and Hyphy, but I told her, I was like, Trey X probably somewhere taking some people money, you know, in some poker or something. I don't know, you know. I told her, you know, my boy out there probably racking it up. He'll come in here when he has some free time to kick it with us.
That's where I'm coming from now. I'm glad you got a late start. Because I was like, man, should I stay home? Because I got me a little honey hole right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I stay home and miss out on this honey and just chop it up about boxing, or maybe I can do both. So I went down there kind of early and shit. They already had it jumping. I went up in there and got my little funds, got up out of there, and came home so I could talk some boxing with you. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas in there talking noise about you right now. This motherfucker keep coming over here taking our money and leaving.
Say, I got a dude that's mad as fuck at me right now because I had took his money and I had to go. So I cashed out and shit. And this was like 3 months ago. This man's still mad about this shit, bro. I was like, man, maybe I should apologize to the motherfucker or something. You know what I'm saying? Well, I said, man, fuck him.
But you gonna apologize? He playing with his money. That's his fault.
Yeah, but he didn't like the fact that I beat him and left immediately after. You know what I'm saying? He told me, he was like, man, you ain't getting no more action from me. And every time we play, he always say, well, I know if you win, you're going to get up and leave. And I don't ever say nothing. I just be quiet. I let him talk and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that motherfucker mad. He been mad for a while about that shit. Hey, but I go for the funds. I don't go to have fun, nigga. I go for the funds. I am kind of addicted to the game, but I'm addicted to winning. That's the thing. I'm not addicted to playing. I play 2-3 hours. If I reach my quota, I'm good leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He Moody Trey Weather say Conor. Oh, wait, first. DeCane said he said the same thing, Stan Jonas before being up.
Yeah.
I ain't hating on Stan. Y'all know I like cause you Stan Jonas, you know, I gotta do it like that. And then Moody Trey Weather say Conor Ben equal Rocky movie fights. I don't know why they so high on him myself, bro. I was saying I don't see him as a star, a planet, a moon, the sun. He's not even a cloud. We didn't came to the determination, DeCane and I, that if we had to put him in the atmosphere, he would be a mosquito.
Well, mosquitoes got a little danger to them, though. You know,
yeah, give you malaria.
Yeah, give you malaria.
Yeah, but other than that, you know, they gonna buzz around and agitate you, and when they bite you, it just itch a lot. It don't really do no damage.
Yeah. You know, it's his family legacy and shit. You know what I'm saying? His pops was a legend over there. He do got some talent about him.
But he was a cheat, though.
You talking about Nigel Ben?
Yeah. They said Nigel Ben was on that stuff.
So we gonna take away his whole career for one test?
No, I ain't gonna take away his whole career.
We gonna do that. It's some other ones that we can go after too now.
Yeah, it is. And you know, we put them all to the side.
Mosley.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that we love.
That's why they sit in a certain box, in a certain category, still giving that greatness. But they, you know, we do know that they on the other side of that line of you had some flaw in you. So I won't indict being like that. But then, you know, Conor followed the same footsteps of his dad and he popped dirty.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is a tricky situation. Yeah, you could even look at Mayweather. They talking about that motherfucker was getting them IVs and shit. Like he was trying to mask some shit that he might have been taking. It's a slippery slope when you talk about a man's whole legacy, and then the first thing you say, well, he popped dirty.
I feel it is a slippery slope. Let me bring that back. I'm gonna start going a little light on the pop dirty thing. For now,
you ain't got to go light on it, like as far as the current fighters and shit. But we look back at the legends. I just can't. We got to keep it even. If we gonna say that about him, or when you bring up Shane Mosley, the first thing you need to bring up is that shit, because he popped dirty. If you want to take about James Toney, well, he popped dirty. That's the first thing that needs to be said. If we gonna be fair across the board.
Okay. We can be fair across the board. They pop dirty, but that's why I say they on a certain part. They still got their greatness, but we just have to put that footnote. Is that better? A footnote to be better than just an indictment.
Yeah, I mean, the man is a legend, regardless of how you feel about that shit. If you go to the UK and you
Oh,
talk,
they love him.
yeah, they love the man over there. So he a legend to me. You know what I'm saying? All that extra curricular shit, I don't really get off into that shit too much anyway. Like if somebody pop dirty, I'm not over here itching to start up a live stream so I can go get on their ass. It's enough people doing that, so I let them do that. When I think about Nigel Ben, I think about the fierce fight he had against Gerald McClellan and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about. And he had he took some punishment a few times, got off the floor, and went and stopped the motherfucker. And that type of heart and determination, I don't think you can get that from PEDs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they didn't help him at all, but I do think it's some natural shit inside of Nigel Ben that made him a hell of a fighter and a legend.
He had a heart. He had heart, grit, and determination.
He had good opponents and shit too. He fighting Chris Eubank and all the motherfuckers. They was squabbling over there. Salute to Nigel Ben, man. What they call him, the Dark Destroyer?
The Dark Destroyer, yeah. He was the Dark Destroyer. He said any good defensive fighter will beat Ben. DeCane laughing at that. Eric R say, all I know is I'm sweet on Caroline Dubois. Hold on there, homeboy. Because I like an old Caroline pretty tough too. I'm liking that she got some dog in her. She like to fight. And if Alicia keep talking that stuff, I'm like, Alicia, come on up then. Come on up with that energy like you had for Clarissa and put it where it's at. I understand you undisputed at 130? But come on up to 135. Ain't that what Caroline's sitting? And she calling you out. And you keep calling this lady the boy. That, you know, if you're going to call her the boy, you might as well come on up here and whoop her and shut everybody up.
Yeah, she act like she ain't too eager to fight Caroline Dubois. But they do got a common opponent, though, in Terry Harper. Caroline Dubois beat her by decision, and Baumgartner stopped her. But there was a weakened version of Terry Harper. She was like cutting a lot of weight to get down to 130, if I'm not mistaken. I know my boy DeCane can tell us a lot better, but she looked thin. And she took a right hand from Baumgartner, and she was knocked out on her feet standing. And she was about to catch a left hook, but the referee stepped in and stopped the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But since she moved up to like 154 for a couple of fights. I think she went back down to 147. She won a good bet for us, I think 2 fights ago when she fought this undefeated woman. I can't think of her name, but they had her as a big favorite. And they had Terry Harper. If you take her by decision, you get 5-1 odds. I don't know what they was thinking on that shit, but she went out there and won that money for us. Then she went out there and went the distance against Caroline Dubois. So I got some respect for Terry Harper. She gonna get out there and fight with you. You know what I'm saying? But normally when I look at that situation, like I see one fighter got a knockout, the other fighter went the distance. So that would make me want to lean toward Baumgartner. But the fact that Baumgartner fought a weakened version of Terry Harper, it makes the water a little murky when it comes to the common opponent situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I just think, you know, when I after Caroline beat Harper, you know, the first thing that came to my mind is this would be a perfect time. Alicia did a lot, she's done a lot of talking. You know, she got that alligator mouth right now, you know, and we know how she was always sharpening her teeth and barking at Clarissa, knowing that Clarissa wasn't gonna come down to that smaller weight class to face her. But you got somebody that not much bigger, just one division higher, calling you out. And for you to say that she ain't done nothing, well, the girl's holding the belt 2 now. Am I correct? I think she is. Is she? Yeah, I think Caroline got 2. If not, for sure 1. And I put my money on Caroline. I think Carolina beat damn it, what's her name? Baumgartner. I think she'll beat her. Not by, I think it'll be a split decision, if anything, because Caroline is so tenacious. She throws a lot of punches. She keeps coming. And I've seen Alicia kind of slow down a little bit toward the later parts of the fight. And I think I think Carolina match her punch for punch. Caroline likes to throw combinations, and she does great body work.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. She can outwork her. Baumgartner ain't got the best gas tank, and the Kane made a good point. He said that she stopped Terry Harper when she was on them PEDs. So that's like two things. She fought a weakened version of Terry Harper, and she also was on PEDs. And she ain't looked the same, like in the ring or even physically. Like when she was on the PEDs, she was
She was
fine in the
rocked up.
motherfucker. Them legs and shit was thick, nigga. All that shit. She looked good in the motherfucker. Now she
And
look,
those
now she look
punches.
more normal. Yeah, she look more regular now. You know what I'm saying?
She does. I made a point too.
She damn near look more Asian than she look black to me now. But
boy, it's funny you said that. Funny you said that. For real. It is funny you said that, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought the same thing. I was talking about her, not show last show. Was it last show? Last show I was speaking about her, talking about her body looks a lot softer. She don't look like the same Alicia Baumgartner.
Yeah, I definitely see that. You know, so yeah, well, this the real version right here, and I'm putting my money on Mr. Bois. You know,
Me too. We too. We in the same boat with that one.
My brother got a tough fight coming up too, though.
Daniel?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Who he fighting?
That motherfucker gonna be fighting that Fabio Wardley.
Ooh. Oh, my bad. I ain't mean to get that loud. Oh, so he you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to get that loud. Shit, he got he you think he went and got his re-up on his magic spell from his dad?
I don't know, man. Me and Yasser, we betting on the boy. That might not mean shit because I've been on a damn swing. That's why I ain't been sending you no picks. I can't purchase a victory around this motherfucker. I'm talking about I've been getting my back pockets kicked up to some earmuffs in this motherfucker. I've been getting my ass kicked so hard on these boxing picks. And Yasser been right there with me getting his ass stomped too on the MMA picks. We've been getting our ass lit up around this motherfucker. But I'm riding with the boy though. I like Fabio Wardley. He's a natural. You know what I'm saying? Like hardly no amateur fights. Get in there beating good fighter after good fighter. Like he had beat Tyson Fury and them cousin, Nathan Gorman.
Tommy? Oh.
Now Nathan Gorman. Nathan Gorman was the favorite in the fight. Oh no, he was an underdog that fight. But he had a little amateur background and all that shit. Fabio Wardley went out there and put the beats on his motherfucking ass. He fought against David Adelaide, another good domestic fighter over there in the UK. He knocked out TKV in 6 rounds and shit like that. Went out there and got his ass stopped fucking around with Fabio Wardley. Then he fought against that Olympic bronze medalist. He had a rematch with the guy. I can't think of his name. He bald-headed and shit. He just had a fight this past weekend. He fought another former Fabio Wardley opponent, Justice Hooney. I can't think of his name, but they went out there and fought a draw the first time, and Fabio Wardley knocked him out in the first round. Looked like he broke his jaw or something because he had the jaw crossed up, going sideways like he on that dope or something. You know what I'm saying? And then he fought Justice Hooney. Justice Hooney, he a 4.5, and Justice Hooney was out there outboxing him. You know what I'm saying? Looked like he was outclassing him. And then he got caught in like the 10th, 11th round, right here, right on the chin, got his ass up out of there. He just finds a way to win. He beating 4.5s and shit. Well, now you got another 4.5 type motherfucker coming to town, and it's a little bit different because this guy done been around the block a few times. He done been in there with the juggernaut, Joe Joyce. He done been in that motherfucker with Anthony Joshua. He done fought against Alexander Usyk. He been fighting at the top. So this is another step up in class for Fabio Wardley. His last fight was a step up and he was behind, but he got the knockout at the end. Let's go see if he can dig down deep and get him a victory over Dubois. But I'm putting my money on Dubois.
You going with Dubois? I was thinking about it, and I was leaning toward Wardley for the simple reason he has been able to pull off the fights. And that last fight that you was talking about that he old boy was piecing him up, he was whooping on him. He was whooping on old Wardley, and Wardley just came out of nowhere with that punch.
I know, and but Wardley said something after the fight that stood out to me.
What was
He
that?
was talking about his lack of skills on this level. Because he was saying, man, I can't box like Justice Hooney, but I do what I do to, you know what I'm saying, to get the victory and all that kind of shit. So he acknowledging the skill gap, you know what I'm saying? But he got hard, he got good stamina. Like I said, he a natural fighter. He looked like he liked to be in there. He likes to be in a good fight. I don't think I've ever seen a boring Fabio Wardley fight. I don't even know if it's possible. He is one of the best action fighters in boxing right now because he got good offense, but the defense ain't the best. He there to be hit, but he gonna hit you too. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that he acknowledging his skill deficiency against these top level guys, that kind of worries me for him. And like I said, this is another step up in class. Dubois is not Justice Hooney. I think Dubois beat Justice Hooney. And you had trouble against Justice Hooney. So let's see what you're gonna do with this step up.
That's something to put on the plate and think about. Going, he talking to Moody Trayweather. Only 2 people was counting for Keith to win, and that was Gil Coles. Who was the other person that had
D-Lo?
For real?
I called him out too. I was like, man, you don't believe that shit, man. You just want to dare to be different. But he hung in there with Keith Thurman. But that went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. You had actually described the fight perfectly. I went back and listened to the live stream and shit. And you talked about how he was gonna come out working a jab. He gonna step to him. And as soon as he sees some cracks in Keith, he gonna start putting them shots on his motherfucking ass. And that's what he did, man. It kind of reminded me of Earl Spence a little bit, the way he was stepping to him with that southpaw jab and shit. Not trying to box on the outside. I'm talking about stepping to you with the jab. Not trying to keep you at distance and all that type of shit. He's stepping to you and making Keith use that energy. Keith to run over here, Keith to run over there. You can run, but you can't hide. You know what I'm saying? Just make him use that energy. Make him use that gas tank. Then he started putting them shots on Keith. He actually put a little left hand on Keith in the first round to kind of rock him and let him know. You know what I'm saying?
First open shot. Blah, it was loud too.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm sitting here with a smile ear to ear right now. I went back and listened to you describe the fight right. But I feel pretty good because I learned from one of the best on looking at stuff detailed and everything like that and figuring out this might work, this might not, that type thing. I appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody was giving their opinion, and then we had Gil Coles on the panel so he could talk, and then he asked you, he said, OG, what you think gonna happen? And you gave the description of exactly what took place in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So you did an outstanding job on that. Fundora did his thing, and it's impossible not to like Fundora too. Both the Fundoras, I'm talking about the sister and the brother. If you don't like them, it's something wrong with you. Because I don't see that venom in them. Like some fighters, you see that venom. You see the venom in their fan base, and it make you not like them. I don't see no venom nowhere. I just see 2 good kids that's in there fighting. They like to fight. They very talented, big for the weight classes that they in, and they come to put them hands on your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? On to the next one.
Take it. As long as you can take it.
Yeah.
Eric Carr say we still talking about Canelo like he wasn't the poster boy for tainted steaks. But Trey X already put a good argument out there. We can't take away from their legacy because of a slight mistake. And like he said, the Dark Destroyer is loved across the seas over there. Not to mention he had some good fights. Number one antagonist being Chris Eubank.
Yeah, and with Canelo, it ain't just that one thing. If D-Lo was on the panel, that motherfucker can give you 50 reasons not to like Canelo. Can't nobody break it down like D-Lo. He can go back years and decades and all the fuck ups that Canelo did and how he avoided this fighter, that fighter, how he dropped this belt so he didn't have to fight this fighter. Like that motherfucker can go for days with that shit. So it ain't just the failed test, man. This motherfucker got a lot more contextual shit going on in his career to give him that asterisk that a lot of people give him.
Right. Like the big Charlo boy. What's his name? They fought David Benavidez.
Andrade,
all
that shit.
All that count against him.
One belt away from undisputed, and you rather not go for undisputed. You rather go to 168 instead of fight Andrade at 160 to complete the completion of the process. You know what I'm saying?
And what was his excuse? You're a horrible fighter.
All that old type of shit. And he said the same thing to Crawford. Well, he didn't say he was horrible, but he was like, you ain't nothing special, basically. and he went out there and got looked like he was nothing, and that hurt too. Because if you're a great fighter, if it's two great fighters, and you got one guy that's naturally bigger than the other great fighter, well, the naturally bigger great fighter should win. You shouldn't go out there and just get dissected like that round after round after round. I'm talking about 12 rounds. You go out there and win maybe 2, and that's being generous. I know that the scorecards were saying 8-4 and all of that, but that's because he gets 3 ceremonial or complimentary rounds before the fight even starts. So if you take away them 3 complimentary rounds, you really won like 1 round. It was really like 11-1. That shouldn't happen.
That's how I saw it.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen if you're a great fighter, though. You should be competitive. You really supposed to win. You ain't supposed to go out there and lose down there every single motherfucking round. And then the type of styles that you're losing to and having trouble with and shit, them slick black classy fighters and shit, Mayweather and Crawford and all this kind of shit, they showing you a trick or two, and you a step behind the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Then your power supposed to be so ferocious. You catch Crawford clean on the chin with your right hand, stepped in with it too. And the man just took a step back, looked at you, and got right back to work. And you, the naturally bigger man, you supposed to have this devastating power that he hit you one time, it's a wrap. But he took your best shot and got right back to work on your motherfucking ass. It made you look easy. So that hurts your legacy, in my opinion.
Made you stand out there and throw your hands in frustration, like, damn.
Forgot about that. Looked like he wanted to quit. Maybe like 2 times in the late rounds. It looked like he kind of wanted to quit the fight. He was frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I watched that fight a few times. Hell, I might even look at it again tonight. Just because. Moody Trey Weather. No lie about risk. No lie. At least you're not about to risk that, MZ. I know she not. And I said this too. I agree with you. If she loses, she know Clarissa Shields gonna clown the crap out of her. Clarissa needs to be able to clown somebody because so many people just dogging my sister right now for I don't know why they just all over Clarissa lately. And all she been doing is winning. Yeah, she got a mouth. She talks her talk, but what boxer don't? The Fondoras are pretty reserved, like you said. But the rest of them, we expect them to talk noise. I don't expect Clarissa Shields to be quiet just because people wanted to. But I agree with you 100%. If Bumgarner loses to Dubois, it's gonna be hell or high water. But what I did say is, she can look at it like this. She can move up, fight Dubois. If she loses, she can always go back down where she's reigning queen.
Yeah. I want to get Eric our opinion on the Boots versus Xander Zayas fight, man. How you think that shit gonna go? I know you talked about it last time, but I wasn't here, obviously.
I gave a little bit on it because I was given what they both can do. I feel like for Xander, it's a great opportunity. For Boots, it's a good opportunity. Boots catching Xander while young. So if there's any time to catch him, it would be now. Don't let him keep growing because as time go, I think he's going to get better. They both were arguing about moving their heads off the line, but I give them both the same equal in the argument. They both get hit, because it's boxing, like Xander said. But I give Xander more credit for moving than Boots was giving him. Yeah, he does take some punches, but I have seen him dodge punches, moving at the waist good, and getting his head off out the way. I'll also notice that he got a nice little step back and returns fire. And he lets his hands go. So I think he's a little bigger than Boots as far as height. I don't know the arm dimensions yet, but I think with Boots, if Boots pulls the win off, wait, let me slow down. I said it'd be a good fight unless one of them separates themselves widely. And consensus would be that if anybody was going to separate themselves, it would be Boots. I also said that if this fight is promoted with the bright enough lights, I always go back to this. I think Boots is going to shine each time the lights get brighter. That could cause a problem for Xander. I'm not going to say that Xander is going to be green like some people trying to say because he's a champion already. So that part is out the door. Same thing I said about Canelo. When he met Floyd, he was a champion. He had already been whooping some pretty good names. I think they name levels of who they've been beating as far as their resume is pretty much equal. Boots got Stanionis on his up on his card, so that's a plus. But as far as them going head to head, I think it's going to be a good fight. I still haven't just I haven't absorbed enough of looking at both of them yet because I've been looking at their fights, trying to compare what I see, who can pull ahead. Boost can't let himself get frustrated though, because I've always harped on him getting frustrated and letting it show in the ring. He can't let that happen. But as far as it being a good fight, I think it's gonna go down to the wire.
It's gonna be a good fight. Both of them very talented. Xander, I like his top rank backing that he had his career. You know, the way that they build fighters and shit. They done put him off in there with some tough guys coming up that could take some shots and come back with something a little bit. Some people that's gonna fight back and test you some. Cause you know that's how they do it at top rank.
Right.
And when he won his belts from some underrated guys, in my opinion. Like when he won that first belt, he fought that Latino that had upset Charles Conwell. I can't think of his name, but he's tough as a motherfucker. He got a nice little step back, little hook that he can put on you. And Xander went out there and outboxed him. Then he won against Abbas Barra, a 4.5 on the scale. They got an upset over Yoenis Tellez. And he went out there and outboxed him. And I like the way he was able to use his legs for 10 straight rounds. I'm talking about just straight up boxing. And I'm kind of worried for Ennis because of the Karen Chukajan fight. Like he was out there using lateral movement, and it looked like Ennis had a little trouble cutting his ring off and finding this motherfucker. And I done seen Xander, he can fight like that, but better for 10 straight rounds. And he could get up on points against Ennis. Now, Ennis is the phenom. Like he is the talented fighter. He got the speed, he got the power. Look like he got good endurance. He throw a lot of fast, hard punches. He throw a combination, come right back with something, come right back with something, come right back with something. But that's good if you got a guy that's gonna stand in front of you. Xander Zayas showed me that he can put an angle on you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He can do that.
Yeah, he can fight in a circle and shit off in there. So I'm a little bit worried for Ennis. When I listened to them at the press conference, it sounded like Xander might have been a little bit more mature than him too, like as far as his mentality. Like Boo say the same shit every time. Like, man, bet your purse, man. Bet your whole purse. Like, man, folks is in doing business, man. Folks is trying to make money to take care of their families. Who the fuck trying to bet their damn purse? And then at the same time, he talking about if you really believed in yourself, you would take that 55-45, go to the winner. Why the fuck would he do that? He got 2 belts coming into the fight.
Exactly.
He made really those showing points. You love. You getting 45%. He the one that got 2 belts. I think that's fair. He sound dumb when he say shit like that to me. You know what I'm saying? But he is a phenomenal fighter. He probably the most athletic fighter in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if he win the fight. And him against Fedora would be crazy if he able to get past Xander Zayas. But I'm kind of leaning towards Xander, man. I'm leaning towards Xander a little bit.
I like Xander. I like what he bring. He matched Boots in size. That's no doubt. Some people are saying his footwork not good, but I think he got pretty good footwork. He can keep his opponent in front of him, which goes opposite of Boots. If Xander's moving his foot, using his feet and lateral movement in the ring, has Boots corrected that problem of not being able to cut the ring off? Hence Chukajan. I couldn't remember his name when I was talking about him the first time. I think they told me Karen. Yeah, Karen is Chukajan, but I think they had said Green Machine, which had me on the wrong person. But Xander has pretty much everything that you would be looking in a fighter. He has the foot movement. Like I said, he has some head movement. He bends at the waist well. He can take a punch. He does use his defense. He does catch punches. And he does counter good. And he puts in body work. Everything that I've seen Boots do, Xander does. Only difference is Boots is the more athletic of the two. I'll give him that.
He the bigger puncher too. Like he is a knock you dead puncher in that ring. He'll beat your ass fighter. So we got a beat your ass fighter against a classy boxer type guy. You know what I'm saying? So let's see who's gonna come out on top. I guess if I look in the past, like if I look at Sugar Ray Robinson when he had fought against what's the Cuban guy, man, that had the bolo punch? Sugar Ray Robinson beat him twice, but he was a hell of a boxer, man. And if I look at that as a situation, I guess I would have to lean towards Boots. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a good fight though. It's definitely gonna be a good fight. And I like our top rank. They fighters normally do pretty well in cross promotional type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I see D-Lo, I got the chat pulled up. He said, bet your purse in a corrupt sport. Exactly. And then anything can happen. What if you hit me and open up a cut or something? And then they stop the fight, you win by knockout. Like, why would I be wanting to risk my whole purse for something like that? Man, anything can happen in boxing. We done got together, we done negotiated, we done made the fight. Let's just get in there and fight, man. Why we gotta have all this extra bullshit? It's just some grandstanding shit, in my opinion. Because fighters talk about that, but how often do you see them actually do it? Bet your whole purse. When the last time y'all seen a fighter bet their purse and actually paid?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Never. Most of the time they do that shit, they make the bet, then after the fight, the winner be like, nah, I'm gonna let it make it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't be serious about that shit.
Speaking of D-Lo, there's his answer for why he rode with Keith. He said it was on sentiments and to ride with his boy Gil Cole. You knew that wasn't gonna happen, but I feel you. You know, you didn't want Gil to be out there riding by himself. I can understand that.
No, we all got love for Gil Cole, man, but you gotta let him crash that car on his own, man. Tell that motherfucker like Trey on Boys in the Hood, hey, Doe, let me out, man, and get your ass out that car, man, because you knew that motherfucker was crashing.
Yeah, really, you really did, D-Lo.
Yeah, he did. That's why he didn't get on the panel and give a breakdown. Everything he said was from the chat. He had just been on the panel, me and him debating. Then all of a sudden, he got this strong take, and he ain't getting on the panel expressing his viewpoint. That's how I knew he wasn't serious then. He was just trying to be different. He wanted to dare to be different.
Oh, shoot. Look at that. DeCane said he got Wardley against Dubois. I'm kind of leaning toward Wardley myself. That's why I had hit that ooh when you said that's who he was fighting. I kind of got a little overly excited. But I'm kind of riding with Wardley. But Dubois could surprise us, you know. But I'm kind of leaning toward Wardley myself.
I ain't mad at y'all. The odds makers have Wardley open as the favorite in the fight. The odds have closed up to last time I saw was plus 105 for Dubois. So they pretty much even. But they open with Wardley as the favorite. If we look at out with the old, in with the new, you know what I'm saying? Wardley is the hot fighter that's, you know, running through motherfuckers and coming up and shit. So I can't be mad at nobody for picking Wardley. I just think this is another step up in class. So I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Dubois.
I feel you. It's time for Wardley's bailout plan to fail him for one night. That's from D-Lo 404. So it looks like D-Lo going with Dubois as well.
Yeah, and Dubois young too. It ain't like he just some old school. Yeah, he's still in his 20s.
Yeah, I was gonna. He's not too old. He got plenty tread on the tires.
And his losses, you can't even look at them when it comes to this fight. Like if you look at the guys that done beat him, like you look at Joe Joyce, the juggernaut, a motherfucking 4.5. He was whooping Bakr Jalaloff and all the motherfuckers in the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? And then if he go out there and lose to Usyk, shit, Usyk go beat the brakes off Wardley. So you can't even look at that. You can't look at no past losses for Dubois because the people that beat him at that time will probably beat Wardley. So I'm going with Dubois, man. I think he got the experience, man. He got the pedigree. He got the experience at the top, like fighting the best fighters in the world. I'm gonna ride with Dubois, man. But it's gonna be a good one though. It could go either way.
I can't argue with the fact that he does have the pedigree as far as the people that he done faced. Joshua, Juggernaut, Usyk. You can't make no excuse for those losses. And like you said, you believe Wardley would lose to all of them.
Yeah.
So this would be one of those kind of fights that you can say, what you've done up to now means nothing. This is right now. This is a whole new plate for you to have to deal with. If Daniel come out there with that attitude like he went out there with Joshua, it's gonna be something.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I think that come up in the next few weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we only got no, that's the Boots and what's the name fighting June.
I thought, oh yeah.
Yeah, they fighting June.
Yeah,
Wally needs to be like
right
around it.
Yeah, this fight like in May, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, they right around the corner.
Yeah, it's going down.
Training camp about to be over with. D-Lo fussing about. Let me read D-Lo's. You see, he had a lot to say about Canelo. Canelo is a paid cheat who fought like 7 straight catchweight fights and got gifts.
Yeah.
MF created his own weight class to avoid all the other 154-pound champions at that time. Laura thought that MF to be more selective with his opponents.
Yeah. And arguably beat Canelo too. That's something else that you gotta put with Canelo, because he got some victories that he probably shouldn't have got. I thought the Cuban outboxed him. I thought Laura outboxed him, man. Might be an unpopular pick, especially when it comes to people that love Canelo. But I bought the pay-per-view. I sat there and watched it with me and my mom, and we both had Laura winning the fight, man. I just thought he outboxed him. Canelo had trouble catching up to him, cutting the ring off. He couldn't really touch the motherfucker. Now, Laura did do some excessive movement in the fight, so I understand people say he was running and all the type of shit. I get it. But I just thought he outpointed the motherfucker. I actually thought, what's the other southpaw that he fought kind of afterwards? Austin Trout. I thought Austin Trout beat the motherfucker. Maybe I'm just blind as a motherfucker. I need one of them poles that the blind people be using to get around and navigate and shit. I just must be blind, because I thought that Austin Trout outboxed the motherfucker. Now, he did take a right hand. He got dropped in the fight. I understand that. But I thought that he was controlling them rounds. And that's the kind of shit that they omit when they talk about Canelo as well. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. D-Lo said, check the Discord. So, honestly, in my opinion, Michaela Meyer would be Clarissa Shields. Clarissa thinks she's the best in the world. She truly believes that. I don't think she is. I think she's the most accomplished. It comes down to being a disciplined fighter. How dedicated are you? Get a nutritionist. I haven't seen her come to weigh-ins with abs at all. I don't know if that's what's the AI. I've never seen her in tip-top shape. That's kind of little. It's hard for me to see that. If you're dedicated to making those fights at those weight classes, get a nutritionist. It's not hard. Fighters do it all the time. See, that's what I mean about Alicia. She got that alligator mouth. She can say everything that Clarissa can do. She's always body shamed Clarissa, and I'm like, shoot, how many fighters you see, their body don't break down to like what you think it is? Just because you got a nice tight little body don't mean everybody can accomplish that. But don't for one moment think that this girl ain't dedicated to fighting. She seems to be very dedicated to fighting. She hasn't showed me anything that to show that she's not. I think what Bumgarner need to do, handle her business with who is it? Mo Ray Sean, or however you say her name. Handle that fight and take your butt up there and fight the boy, as you like to call her. Because I think Caroline gonna put those hands on her just because she keep disrespecting her. With that, Caroline seems like she got a little meanness in her, bro. I think she gonna whoop on old Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia got one punch at a time too. You know what I'm saying? I would like her better if she threw more combinations, put her punches together better. So I just think she had a stylistic deficit going against the Caroline Dubois. But I would like to see the fight though.
I do too. If there's a fight that I'm hoping happens, that would be it. But it don't seem like Alicia is in a hurry to move up. She's already made the statement. I'm undisputed here. She got 2 fights coming up this year, she claimed. They the money fights. She done already started spitting out that nonsense like the boys be saying, I'm the money fight in the division. she kind of made it seem like she the money fight period. And I'm like, no, that can't be, because as long as Clarissa running around, even though people trying to disrespect her and don't give her just due, that's the one to beat. I don't care what nobody say. And Clarissa made the statement after this fight that she finna have, Shadeja Green supposed to be next. And I'm hearing, Bumgarner advocating for Shadeja. I know Shadeja got some fight in her, but she gonna have to prove to me that she can beat Clarissa by doing it.
I would like to see Bumgarner fight that chick that lost the mayor twice from the UK. Sandy Ryan, I think her name is. Because she got that attitude that can match that shit. She got that fire. And plus, she can put her punches together. I know she went out there and got outboxed by Michaela Mayer and all that kind of shit. But that
Bumgarner ain't mayor. Bumgarner ain't no mayor.
Even though she beat Mayer.
She still and Mayer, I'll ring what Mayer said. That was because she stayed in a weight class too long. She wanted to make that fight. She stayed in the weight class too long. She should have had already moved up, but she wanted to show she wasn't no punk, so she went on and did what she needed to do.
I had her winning the fight anyway. I thought the politics gave it to Baumgartner. I had a 6-4 for Michaela Mayer. And ain't nobody ever just whooped the shit out of Michaela. I think all the losses been by split decision. You know what I'm saying? But Michaela, bad motherfucker, but Sandy Ryan can fight too. And I think Sandy Ryan versus Alicia Baumgartner will be fireworks in that bitch.
I like old Sandy. Sandy ain't bad on the eye.
We might be talking about two different fighters.
Her body?
Yeah, Sandy ain't nothing special. She got some pancakes and all kind of shit. She ain't
we must be. I am thinking about the wrong babe then, because you said pancakes. No, yes. that's not the babe I'm talking about.
Yeah, she ain't got nothing here. Michaela Mayer look way better than her.
Don't do Michaela, man. Don't do Michaela. Michaela, she trying to poke a little cake out. It ain't no cake really there. It's a flapjack, but she be trying.
Yeah, she got more than Ryan though.
Now that she didn't put that weight on.
Yeah, she got more than Ryan. Right? Sandy Ryan ain't got nothing.
Except those hands.
Yeah, she gonna chuck them hands, but she got outclassed by Michaela. The first time it was a close fight. The second fight, she just went out there and just put Beats by Dre on her motherfucking ass. Put them bees on her.
Oh, let me see. Where am I? Why MZ Shields can have a mouth. She just tends to use it on the wrong things. Well, she could use the publishers to help her, to help guide her to dodge some things and when to speak on others. But then again, I think that's one of the reasons that make me really open up and really, really like her, for the simple reason she talks for herself. And yeah, she had to learn how to pick and choose her fights, but she honest. She say what she think and how she feels, and she's unapologetic for it. And I would prefer that coming from my fighter than them to say something 1 minute and then be apologizing the next. If you said it, stand by it. And that's what she's proven to do. When she speaks and says things, she stands by it, whether we consider it right, wrong, or we indifferent about it. She is who she is. And to me, that's why you got to love her.
Yeah. I don't really get off into Carissa extracurricular shit that she be on too much. My only problem is her, saying she could beat men fighters and shit. Outside of that, I ain't got no problem with Carissa. She a fighter, she aggressive type of person. She's also a sweet person too. I see a sweet woman when I see her. And she's willing to admit, like after a fight, she'll say, man, she hit hard. Like when she had fought against the chick with the left hook from the UK.
I'm trying to remember her name. The tall babe.
Yeah, the tall chick with that left hook that was knocking everybody out. She was like, man, she hit hard up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, she said she hit hard. She probably truly a right-hander that that switched.
Well, you mean a left-handed that switched?
I thought she said she got caught with
Savannah
a right.
Marshall.
Savannah Marshall. Yeah, I thought she got caught with a right. I thought she said that the jab, she got caught with a jab that hurt.
Well, if she got caught with a jab, she got caught with a left jab. Savannah Marshall is left-handed. She is not a southpaw.
Okay, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah,
But she made a statement like that.
Yeah, she willing to admit it though. That's just like me when I look at myself. I tell you that I go out there and beat somebody or something, but I also tell you that I got my back pockets kicked up to some earmuffs. I'm gonna tell you the whole story, nigga. I'm not gonna just make it seem like I'm this or I'm that. I'm gonna tell you what happened. And I think she got a little bit of that off in her. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna go out there and grandstand, but at the same time, if you catch her with some good shots and shit like that, she'll admit it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like her talking about she can beat men. Outside of that, I'm cool.
Yeah. Oh, going to Canelo, I see Moody Trayweather because I missed a lot of stuff, but I wanted to see. He said Trout, Laura, Skull, Mayweather, Crawford, and Triple G. As far as
that shit.
He said when the fight was signed, I had Boots from the jump, but I'm looking at Xander and his confidence along with Bud's help. Boots need to jump on top of him and fight him. Throw that boxing stuff out the window. No, Boots gotta stay. He gotta stay composed. He can't just run up in there because he can catch an accident. He gonna have to think. He gonna have to box Xander for a little while until he see a weakness that he can exploit. But he can't just run out there and call himself jumping right on top of Xander, because I think Xander is equipped for that. He'll be equipped for that. And bouncing off, I think I saw I saw Brother DeCane say if Xander can fight on the inside, he might fuck Boots up. Going back to what you were saying about Karen Kukajan fight worrying you because of how Kukajan was able to throw Boots off a little bit.
Yeah, Xander Zayas' last fight, we actually put a bet on Abbas Barra because he a 4.5, like I said. He had took a controversial loss to Jack Koke early in his career, but he really won that fight. He went out there and beat Yoenis Tellez, you know what I'm saying? He was a hot up-and-coming fighter and shit at the time, so I gave him a chance. I took him by decision. We got like 10-1 odds or something like that. But the way Xander Zayas fought the fight, like I was looking in the first and second round, he was using so much legs, and I said, can he fight like this for 12 rounds? Because this is a bunch of legs this man is using. And then we got to the 7th, 8th, 9th round, and he's still using legs. Then he got through the 10th round using legs. Now the championship rounds, 11th and the 12th, his legs, I think they was kind of burnt out. And he had to sit down and fight the motherfucker now. You know what I'm saying? But he done built up such a big lead by that time, you're going to have to knock the motherfucker out. So if he fight against Ennis, man, if he can go out there and box that motherfucker on the outside like Karen Chukajan, but better, because you know I think he's a better fighter than Chukajan. Put the jab on him, put the right hand on him, land counter shots when Ennis overextends himself and all that type of shit. I think he can build up a points lead heading into the championship rounds, and it might come down to Ennis needing a knockout to win the fight.
And that can have a double-edged sword for if that situation arises, because going for the knockout can get you knocked out.
Yeah, and then he's such an advanced prodigy type of fighter that, like, don't forget about the basics. You know what I'm saying? Cutting the ring off and shit like that. Like, you want to do the highlight reel shit. You want that Sports Center top 10 shit all the time. Well, everything can't be Sports Center top 10. Sometimes we got to do the basic shit that got us here. And if you ain't gonna do that, I think Xander can beat the motherfucker. If you're not gonna be cutting the ring off and doing the basics, I think Xander can beat him. You on mute if you're talking.
Oh, no. Yeah, my wife came in here and looked at me, threw me off for a minute. Oh, because my cover was in there on the ground, so in the garage.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah. See, I think Daniel Dubois sees Wardley the way he saw Herkovich. So you think he gonna go out there and try to deal with Wardley the same way? I don't think so. I think I'm going with Wardley just for the simple fact, like Trey said, he a natural. I like the way he fight. He always seems to come out with some kind of victory. Now this could play against me, and Daniel could go out there and lean on his experience to pull his victory off. He can go out there and not let himself get dragged into an all-out slugfest, because I think that would kind of be dangerous for him, because I think he can get caught and probably hurt. So I think that the best thing for Daniel Dubois to do is to lean on his experience, box Wardley, keep his ass. Now he needs to keep him at the end of a jab for real. Keep him at the end of his punches. The smartest thing to do if trouble arises, wrap his ass up, let the referee reset him. Those are some tactics that I would look for Daniel to use against Wardley. Boots going to my brother Eric R. Boots, like Trey said, he can't be out there trying to be pretty and showing no highlight reel. He needs to also go out there. He said he's the better boxer. Then show that. Make it a chess match, so you can find out where Xander might be slipping at. You know, I say that they rise has been pretty equal. Like I said last week, Top Rank take their boys through a gauntlet when they get ready to go fight. Unlike PBC, who was building pay-per-view stars, Top Rank build straight up real-fledged champions. They might have not had all the glitz and glamour that go with it, but they build hard-nosed fighters and guys that be champions. And they cross promotions. I think they probably got the better record when it comes to cross promotions against Golden Boy and PBC. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Top Rank pushes out the better of the two. And this is going to be a solid test for Boots and a solid test for Xander. Once again, Boots just getting acclimated, because he only had one fight at 154, if I'm remembering correctly, or was it two? Either way, Xander is pretty much a lifetime 154 pounder.
He only got one round at 154. Not just one fight, one round, because his lone fight at 154 was a first round knockout.
So that play against him, that kind of play against him, as far as getting to see how his gas tank lasts in the higher weight class, which I'm not really going to doubt his gas tank. I think, you know, we agree that he seems to be one of those guys to stay in the gym and be a gym rat. Xander, I think, is a gym rat as well. But Xander is the guy who's been campaigning at 154 for the longest. So Boots has to also contend with that.
Yeah, I'm really not even really looking at the weight too much, though, like the 154, because one reason I advocated that he go up there to 154 is because everybody about the same size. Everybody about 5'10", 5'9", 5'11", except for Fundora. We ain't got no Jerry Hurd there no more. We don't have no Jamal Charlo, fucking 6 foot, 154, looking like a tank in there. We ain't got no Demetrius Andrade, 6'1" and arms 76 inches and all. Ain't none of that shit. Everybody about the same size. So I think he's gonna be okay as far as the size. I think it's gonna come down to skills. You know what I'm saying? So that's good for him. And when I was leaving out, I heard you say something about Daniel Dubois fighting Ergovich, and I forgot about that fight. Yeah, that's one of the fights that made me look the silliest. I didn't look picking fights, because I was 100% sure that Ergovich was gonna knock his ass out. We betting on the fight. I got everybody betting on it, nigga. I'm parlaying this shit. I don't even make parlays really, but I'm parlaying it with everything, because I just know this a knockout. He out there hitting this motherfucker with everything. So, but one thing I think I noticed about Dubois is that if he can see the punch coming, he can brace himself and he can take the punch. I saw him take hard right hands from Anthony Joshua. I saw him take right hands from Ergovich. The dude that's hurting him, like he got hurt by the juggernaut, Joe Joyce, but that was just like repeated blunt trauma type shit. Like he just kept on taking that battering ram jab all night, and it kind of caved his eye socket in, and he had to quit the fight. But as far as getting hit on the chin and getting knocked down and shit, that's Usyk, and Usyk using them angles. See, Usyk gonna hit you with some shots that you don't see coming. I don't know if Fabio Wardley is sophisticated enough to be hitting this guy with shots he don't see coming. And if he see them shots, I think he's going to be able to take them shots. The question is Wardley going to be able to take the shots from Dubois? But one thing about Wardley, though, I think he got a lot more heart than Ergovich. Ergovich Which one on the Wizard of Oz didn't have no heart? Was it the lion?
The lion, the cowardly lion.
Yeah, he the cowardly lion in there, bro. He got a big punch and shit. Very strong. I'm talking about he knocking motherfuckers out at the Olympics and shit. I can't even think of the name, the damn Cuban that he knocked out. He got a brother that fight right now too. Fuck, it's two brothers that's knocking folks out from Cuba and shit. He knocked this motherfucker out with a right hand. He hitting hard in there, but he ain't got no heart. And I think if he had Fabio Wardley's heart, he'll be a champion. But he ain't got the heart like that.
D'Lo said, not fighting the same way, just that Wardley is closer to Herkovic than himself in terms of level of opposition and seasoning. That's why I said I think Daniel should go ahead and just boxing. You know, you lean on his dang, I done lost the word and I done said it like 5 or 6 times. Lean on his experience. That's what I'm trying to say. Lean on his experience, lean on the stuff that you know. Like you said, Wardley is not a deep amateur background, and this is something that should play to Daniel's play into his hand. If he plays cards right and use it the way he should. And I'm thinking that if he boxes him and uses his experience, he could make it not an easy fight, but definitely not a war and a hard road to travel. But I'm still going with Wardley. I'm still leaning toward Wardley.
He is going down.
Going down. I don't know the rest of Nelly's words, so I ain't going to even attempt to do it. So since we're speaking on the heavyweights, how do you feel about Tyson Fury's return? I felt like Makhmudov to me it turned into a showcase fight for Fury. Even though he was out the ring for as long as he was, Makhmudov inexperience really showed. All he knows how to do is go forward and throw haymakers. He didn't know how to clinch. He didn't know how to throw punches back in the clinch. He didn't know how to work in the clinch. Fury was out working him in the clinch. It just turned into an easy fight for Fury.
Well, that's what it was supposed to be, though. That's why they had him as an opponent. They wasn't trying to get Fury beat. We got an upcoming possible fight against Anthony Joshua. So why do we want to get him beat? We want the motherfucker to go some rounds. But Makhmudov really ain't that inexperienced. He done been around for a long time. He about 36 years old. He was around in the amateurs. He fought at the World Series of Boxing. He actually beat Guido Vianello at the World Series of Boxing. Then they had a rematch in the pros, and Vianello stopped him. But he got stopped by what's the name of the body snatcher that's stopping everybody, man? Itchy Caballero. Yeah, Caballero, shit like that. Like I said, he lost to Guido Vianello. You know what I'm saying? He done been around the block a few times. He used to call him a big stiff. That's just what he is, bro. He a big stiff. He's a very limited fighter. Napoleon Armstrong said it was gonna be an easy fight for Tyson Fury because once again he's just fighting big stiff, and it was a skill gap between the two fighters and shit. But I think Tyson Fury went out there and did what he had to do. He got the rounds in that he needed, shake that ring rust off and shit like that. Makhmudov is tough. He gonna charge in there like a bull and shit. And he could throw some wild type of punches that can land on you. You know what I'm saying? But he navigated all that shit. He looked like he was the most skilled, stronger fighter in the ring. So he did what he had to do. And I think him and Joshua will be interesting. I'm leaning toward Fury if they fight.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, Joshua one has not been as active as he need to be. Two, if I had to say, I think he on a slide down the hill. He's not progressing. He's digressing. He going down the hill. He not Anthony Joshua that people was clamoring to see back in the day. Ooh, let him fight Fury. Let him fight Wilder. That's not the same guy that we're looking at. And I have to attest that back to the Andy Ruiz fight when he got beat by Andy. I noticed the second time they fought, to me, it looked like Joshua, when he got hit, he was almost looking to be knocked down. And I know that sounds strange, but it's just the way he moved in the ring. When when Dubois beat him, he had that kind of look about him, like he was just waiting for that punch to come. He didn't know if it was gonna come or not. It's almost like he was second guessing himself. I don't think it's like you just said. I think Fury gonna beat him, and I think Fury probably gonna beat him easy.
Yeah, Joshua always been shaky. Like he won an Olympic gold medal at the 2012 Olympics, if I'm not mistaken, in London. A lot of people felt like he didn't deserve the victory. You know what I'm saying? They say he got some home cooking. He had got knocked out by this dude named Nister. I can't remember what country he come from, but he knocked Joshua ass out in the amateurs. I remember when Joshua fought against Dillian White. Dillian White hit him with that same left hook that Andy Ruiz hit him with. That counter left hook over the top of the right hand, high on the head in the temple area.
When they both stung each other?
We had him. He hurt Joshua right there and had Joshua out there doing the dance. Joshua fucked him up though, but he had him looking raggedy out there for a little hot second. He had fought against Vladimir Klitschko. Klitschko hit him with the right hand, lead right hand, dropped the motherfucking all that kind of shit. I was over there with my old school partner and his wife. I'm going for Klitschko and they going for Joshua. I had him over there looking sad as a motherfucker for a little while because it looked like he was outclassing Joshua. Then Joshua put something together and came back with something. You know what I'm saying? He had his first fight in the United States against Andy Ruiz and went out there and got upset, took that left hook that he took against Dillian White and got jammed up and shit, fucking around. You know what I'm saying? He done went out there and fought the former cruiserweight in Usyk and got outclassed both times. It done been shaky the whole time. It ain't never been a time I looked at Joshua and I looked at him like a Lennox Lewis or I looked at him like a Riddick Bowe. That shit it's been looking shaky. And I think I done seen a little bit more solid shit from Fury. I done seen more consistency from Fury. You know what I'm saying? There's only been one guy that I've seen that was just better than him, and that's Usyk. Everybody else, even going back to his days in the Crunk gym and shit, they said that they could see it back then. Emmanuel Stewart said he could see it back then. If you look at Joshua
Wilder number 1 and 2.
Yeah, if you look at Joshua, I don't think you look at him like that, like you could see it back then. Nigga, back then he was getting knocked out by Nister. So I just think the pedigree is in the talent. It's just a little bit different, man. I'm taking Fury.
Oh man, I already said it that I feel like he'll beat him. It's just the fact that these words are being said on this show.
Yeah, the big snowman. You don't want to pick,
man. You know I don't mess with the big snowman. But in this case, I got to keep it real, and I'm gonna have to say that I think he's gonna beat Joshua. There's nothing in the last 5 years that Joshua has done to make me feel like he could beat Fury. When they first started talking about them fighting, I didn't think that he would beat Fury. I wasn't going to say it out loud back then, but I'm saying it now. There's been nothing that Joshua has showed me to let me feel like he can beat Fury. And when he lost to Andy Ruiz, I felt like Andy was going to beat him. I actually said it. I even congratulated Andy, and he hit me back and said thanks. Then he went and ate all the tacos that he could find in Mexico and blew up to a bar where he couldn't move. But that's neither here or there. I'm going to ride with the big snowman myself when it comes to that fight because I don't think Anthony Joshua got it in him to beat him.
They do have a recent common opponent, though, if you want to look at Francis Ngannou. Tyson Fury went out there and went life and death with this motherfucker. Won by split decision, and Joshua knocked him in the next week and represented boxing like he was supposed to be represented.
But they got 2 common opponents.
I said recent.
Okay.
Yeah, they got Usyk and shit. They both of them might have fought Dillian White, if I'm not mistaken. They got some common opponents, but I'm talking about here recently. I think Ngannou might be the last one.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. It might be Usyk as the last one.
Usyk more recent. Wait. He was kind of recent for both of them because Anthony Joshua, remember, he had the fit because it was Riyadh season. Turkey had showed up.
Yeah.
So that's the Usyk opponent the Usyk fight is kind of recent as well.
Yeah, but they both lost to Usyk, so it's kind of hard to look at that. I was trying to look for one where 1-1 and the other one Like one looked real good and the other one didn't look as good, and that would be the Ngannou fight.
Okay, I feel you on that. I feel you. Joshua knocked him out like he should have, and Usyk got dropped. He still won, but he got dropped.
At the same time, though, Ngannou went southpaw for some reason. I don't know why, man. His handlers, his trainer should have told him, bruh, KISS, keep this shit simple. Stupid. What are you out here going southpaw for? You have a little bit of success, and all of a sudden you want to go southpaw and all that kind of shit. But I know before that, I think he might have got caught with a counter right hand over the top of the jab from Joshua. Then I think he might have got southpaw. And then Joshua hit him with that right hand. Like, soon as he went southpaw, he put that motherfucking heat-seeking missile on his ass and knocked him through the ring. They had to get that motherfucker from under the ring.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah.
Man.
That's going to be big over there in the UK, though, man. That's going to be a domestic dust-up, like they be saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if after that, what's his name? Joshua, I wouldn't be surprised if he said, you know what, I'm done now.
Oh, yeah, what else is there left to do except for a Wilder fight?
He did say that he was going to fight Wilder. But, you know what? I can believe it. I can believe that he'll fight Wilder now because Wilder does not look dangerous at all. No way, shape, form, or fashion does Wilder look dangerous at all. Yes, he beat Derek Chisora, but it was an entertaining fight. Like people said, it was like two uncles fighting at the crib at the barbecue, two older dudes. You can see the age. You can see the Chisora you would expect it for so many battles. Wilder, you know, the layoff, Ashwagandha, the Fury fights, all that. Is it Ashwagandha? Am I saying the wrong thing?
He was on that other shit that what's that strong shit they be taking? I can't
to get in touch with itself. Y'all help me out. I know it ain't Ashwagandha. It's something else. Maybe it is Ashwagandha.
Nah, I know it ain't. He was on that shit. They be going to Mexico and South America and all that shit.
Then he had the problems with the girl. He just been through a lot. You know, that's why I was like, just let them make a movie about your life, get you some money off that, about your career, fighting for your little girl, get you some money off that. You live the American dream. But as far as you, that would be a fight that I would be like, Joshua can win. And I've been bomb squad for, it's crazy. I'm sitting here going with the people that I was like, I do not mess with this cat at all. But I done picked Fury, the big snowman, and now I'm sitting here saying after Joshua fight the snowman, he's saying he could fight Wilder. He might beat Wilder.
Yeah, Wilder just ain't been showing us nothing. That's just all it is. You know, we just picking with our heads instead of our hearts. He ain't showed us nothing in a while. He ain't even knock out Chisora. Most of the good guys knock out Chisora. So
man, the only thing I can say, he did let his hands go.
Yeah.
Auto Wilding.
All in.
Did he fight? He fought Daniel. I mean, he did fight but that's the oldest one. He fought Fury and Joshua.
Oh yeah, he gave Fury hell and had him cut up and shit.
Right, he should have won that fight.
Yeah, I think I bet on Joshua by decision when he fought Wallin and he knocked Wallin out, if I'm not mistaken, and we lost the bet. But yeah, I forgot about that fight.
That boy said, I'm rooting for the landlord right now, Francis. Who he fighting?
Hey, man, I got to get on Usyk, man. Usyk fighting his kickboxing motherfucker. I want to see him fight Kabayel. Now, he is a destroyer. He is a conqueror. I respect the man. But I want to see him fight Kabayel. And like my boy DeCane said, he probably don't want to fight no motherfuckers in their 20s. But he actually said that he was willing to fight the boy again. And the boy about 28. So if you're willing to fight this motherfucker 3 times in his goddamn 20s, you ain't got no excuse for not fighting Kabayel. And Kabayel about 32. I want to see the Kabayel fight after this kickboxing bullshit. If you ain't gonna piss, get out the pot. Because you can go on ahead and ride into the sunset. Can't nobody say nothing. Undisputed that cruiserweight, undisputed that heavyweight. beating these motherfuckers. But if you ain't gonna fight Caballero, you need to get out the way. Now we not saying fight Moses Itama. We ain't saying all of that. But Caballero, not Caballero, Caballero has earned his spot. He been out there beating some good guys. He been out there stopping them. It ain't been no controversial decisions. He ain't even leaving it in the hands of the judges. And he seemed like he might have the playbook to beat you because you're body snatching. You seem like you have some problems with some body punches. Don't tell me you're avoiding them now.
Speaking of body punches, that could have been a loss to Dubois. Dubois got that in the back of his head. Well, he didn't lost the second time. They fought twice, right?
Yeah.
So the first time, though, Dubois does have a good argument because the low blow, I went and looked at that so many times, slowed it down, did all this kind of stuff. It was not a low blow. It was on the belt line.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
So,
but he made up for it, though.
He did make up for it.
He knocked his ass out in the rematch. But if you're willing to fight somebody in their 20s for the third time, man, I want to see you fight Caballero. He about 32, 33.
Okay. Hey, Eric, I did not know. See, that's how much I was really messing with AJ. I did not know he called himself the landlord.
No, he did that when he was sitting in the crowd post-fight of the Fury versus Makhmudov fight. They gave him the microphone when he was in the crowd, and Fury was calling him out and shit, and he said he was the landlord.
Okay. AJ says Wilder then Eddie says Wilder then AJ. You mean Fury? Wilder then Fury? Well, that would give that unless Wilder wake up the day that they supposed to fight, or when he signed the paper, all of a sudden the old Wilder just jump back in him and he be like, this the fight of all fights that I wanted because I really want to knock him out, and he go out there and fight Anthony Joshua the way he fought what's his name? The dude that said he would the first guy that said he want a body. I'm about to catch a body. The African, not African, the dude, he was the champ. The guy that Wilder was using the jab against. They fought twice. He knocked him out the second time.
You talking about Luis Ortiz?
No. Before Ortiz. The guy said that he wanted
to run.
Yeah, him. Now, if that Wilder show up, then I can give him a chance to beat AJ.
Nigga, that Mark Breland ain't coming through them doors, though. Mark Breland had that motherfucker out there on the jab, nigga. I'm talking about, that's probably my favorite Wilder fight, the first Bermain Stavern fight, even more than the rematch when he had that devastating knockout and had that motherfucker looking like a scorpion against the ropes and shit. But that first Bermain Stavern fight, man, he put that shit together. And the way Bermain Stavern, he looked against Chris Arreola, I said, man, he might have action. I'm over my mom's house and shit. I said, man, I think he got action. She said, I'm riding with Wilder. And then as soon as they started fighting that first round, he came out on that jab. We looked at each other and said, oh, yeah, we see how this about to go. Putting that jab on that motherfucker, putting the right hand on him when he could. That was the most complete fight that I ever seen from Wilder. But he ain't got that coach no more. He ain't got Mark Breland no more. So That shit is gone. That Wilder is not coming back.
That's what Moody Trayweather said. He said, that Wilder ain't showing up.
Nah,
you can forget that. That Wilder is long gone.
Yeah, you can forget that bullshit.
And D-Lo say Usyk is dropping belts to stay away from that shit at this point. He don't want no parts of no Caballero. Or he could beat up Wardley probably. He could probably beat Wardley. He don't want a tumor.
No, Boys is a tumor. He's young and shit. I think that's kind of unfair. Sicking Itama on him, you know what I'm saying? But Caballero, he in his 30s. And he earning his shots. He out there beating some good guys, man. And he done got off the canvas to win too. He got dropped in the fight and got up and won. You know what I'm saying? Like he done fought Ergovich and stopped him, body shots. What's that big Chinese motherfucker? Big Bang Zhang.
Big Bang Zhang.
Billy Zhang. Stop that motherfucker. Stop Makhmudov. What's that Cuban fighter? Frank Sanchez. Me and D-Lo used to love Frank Sanchez. We say, man, Frank Sanchez, he gonna beat the brakes off F.A. Ajagba and all this shit when everybody was hounding the Ajagba. Went out there and stopped that motherfucker, body shots. You know what I'm saying? Like Caballero is doing what he got to do, and he's showing us that he got the style that might can beat this guy.
Shoot, actually, that's only a job was only lost, if I'm thinking correctly, Frank Sanchez.
Yeah, he got a split decision victory over Guido Villanello, and he got a draw against Martin Bacoli, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think that is his only loss.
The FA trying to hold it down.
Oh yeah, he hold it down, man. He came off a layoff when he fought against Martin Bacoli, and for some reason, his coach, what's that dumbass coach name, man? I can't think of his name, man. That dark skinned coach. His fighters always lose. The motherfucker don't never win. But for some reason, he got this motherfucker out there fighting like he Ali. I'm talking about he on his toes and shit, man. A little bit of this and a little bit of that on the outside and shit, trying to box this motherfucker instead of fighting his normal fight. How you expect this big 260-pound man to fight on his toes for 10 rounds, man? Like, come on, bro.
After getting off the couch.
Yeah, man. What's that coach name, man?
D-Lo.
Coach K. Coroma.
Corona?
Coroma.
Oh, Coroma.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to mess his name up totally.
You see that motherfucker in the corner, nigga, go the other way.
You automatically put your money on the other fighter.
If you bet against Coach K. Coroma every fight, you make a profit.
I agree with you, D-Lo. Mark was essentially the wildest success. And then he poisoned my water. He threw in the towel without talking to me. Yeah. So they saying Wilder is the tune-up. I guess that was real. That's coming from D-Lo. If Wilder is the tune-up for AJ, then let it be so. Because I don't see nothing Wilder got. Like I said, y'all just told me that that other Wilder is never coming back. He's gone for good.
Yeah, he might not get another knockout for the rest of his career unless they put him in with like a showcase opponent.
I don't even think no. Because if a showcase opponent come in there, he let his hands go, it's possible that Wilder won't let his hands go in that fight. It was a lot of bromance going on with him and
Dora.
Yeah, it was a lot of bromance with that, you know. So I think it brought Wilder out of the shell enough to let his hands go in that fight. But if somebody come in there serious, letting their hands go, I mean, not saying that your sword wasn't serious. It's just that, you know, I can't really put my mind around that fight, except they was too friendly to each other. As soon as the fight over, they talking about going fishing and all this. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, he told me he didn't even want to hurt him because he wanted him to go home to his family and shit.
Which tells me that you pretty much done as a heavyweight fighter.
Yeah, just like Patrick Willis, the linebacker that used to play for the San Francisco 49ers. Him and Navarro Bowman, nigga, they knock your dick in the dirt. But he said, Patrick Willis retired after 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he said that he got to the point where he started feeling sorry for his opponents that he was hitting. He said he hit a motherfucker. Matter of fact, he said he hit Marshawn Lynch one time. And he felt that motherfucker ribs breaking. And he said he started feeling sorry for people. And he said, man, hey, I got to go in here and retire because I don't want to hurt nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder out here, he don't want to hurt folks. He wants you to go home to your family. Like, that's bullshit, bro. If you got a chance to get this motherfucker out of here, let's get him out of here. Because anything can happen. You don't know what's going to happen, bro. You cannot leave this shit to the judges. You telling me that you purposely left this to the judges in this man's home country. Anything could have happened. So you just ain't got it.
That's
you ain't no killer no more.
Sure ain't. Mr. I want a body on my record is gone.
Yeah.
Now I want to hold hands after the fight, go eat some Five Guys. Five Guys must be really big over there in the UK.
Yeah, I ain't never had this shit.
My wife, her, my niece, my daughter, when Five Guys first came over here, my wife was a manager over there. She hired the family. They was in there making Five Guys. I ate so many Five Guys burgers. They got mushroom burgers, you know, cheeseburgers with the mushrooms. They got a bunch of peanuts in there that you go in, you just be eating peanuts, throw the shells on the floor.
That's how Texas Roadhouse used to be.
Yeah, they good. Moody Treyweather say some greasy ass burgers, but you gotta get to it. Those hoes was good. I I was wearing a mushroom burger out at least. I ain't gonna lie to you, at least 3 times a week. At least.
The crazy thing is, man, the best burgers I've been getting at the fucking poker game I go to, because they got a restaurant inside the building. They got this black brother. His name's Z. Z be killing them motherfucking burgers, man. I'm talking about chicken burger, regular hamburger, cheeseburger. That shit be fire. That nigga, them fries be off the chain, and that shit free. So the
What?
best burgers I've been getting lately been free. And I tip that nigga every time too, because that motherfucker know he be killing them burgers in there, boy.
You just blew my mind with that. A gambling spot got free food.
Oh yeah, see,
That's classic.
this ain't well the house games actually got food too. All the games got food, but this is a social club. They got them all across Texas and shit.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, most of them have their own personal restaurant inside of the establishment with their own menu and all that kind of shit. So you can just order something off the menu. But yeah, that's par for the course when it comes to the poker social clubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Moody Trayweather must have tried those Five Guys too. He said those burgers be busting. I know, bro. Those burgers is good. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna try. The old man they call it Unc. It's a big thing on social media. The white guy that had the restaurant had the black man making the barbecue to call off the
tenderism.
Yeah, tenderism. Well, they some rapper got together and bought him a building, got him a truck, a mobile pit, so he can either be at the building as a restaurant or move it around however he want. Brought him the building, gonna give it to this guy, and he finna open up in Houston. So once that get opened up in Houston, I most definitely gonna make a ride down there to try it. If people can jump on a plane and come from China and try some barbecue, I most definitely can drive a few miles down the road. Cartel Bro in H-Town. Okay, appreciate that, Moody Trayweather. Moody Trayweather, that's the guy, Cartel Bo, who in H-Town bought him an establishment and everything. They changed the name, that tenderism name, because it's turned into a big fight for the trademark. So they it's still tenderism, but they put original in front of it, the original tenderism. So I'm gonna go down there and try that as soon as they get it open. Me and the wife gonna roll down there and try that barbecue.
I don't rock with OG.
You don't rock?
No, I don't rock with OG. This whole situation make me mad. He getting all this shine and attention for cooning for all these years, and then the man run over his ass, and now all of a sudden he a sympathetic figure. I rock with lessbarbecue.com. That's who I roll with, nigga. With the motherfucker with them candy red nuggets. See, he ain't out there cooning. He been owning his shit the whole time. And Mr. Tenderism was going against him and shit, saying little comments and shit in his videos. And we knew who he was talking about. He talking about lessbbq.com. And Les just been solid the whole time, man. He ain't had to get no sympathy to come up. He done came up off his hard work, his product that he putting out, his consistency on social media and all that kind of shit. He just a player ass motherfucker, man. So I'm team Les when it comes to that shit, man. That motherfucker Tenderism was over there cooning for the owner, and then he got snake bit. And then he became a sympathetic figure, and now he everywhere, cause he's sitting over there doing all that cooning and bullshit. And like, no, I'm rocking with Les.
Now I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw him, because the way they presented him, I thought him and the dude owned the place together. I really did, cause that's how it was being presented. When I found out that he was just an employee, and this dude. He actually told the dude to start the restaurant because his company the other business he had was failing. You know, I thought they, known each other and was working together like that. I thought it was a real partnership. Now the sympathetic part, like I said, I just found out that they split, and I'm like, I want to go try the barbecue. I see it shaking off the bone. I ain't never really got a chance. You just turned me on to what's his other name?
lessbbq.com. That's the name of his website, but he got a channel on YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yeah, the rappers and shit go out there and rock with him. Deion Sanders and all different type of people. See, he got the oxtails really jumping online when he was talking about them candy red nuggets, the candy red sea.
Oh, he a heavy set dude?
No.
Nah, that's
He
not him
actually
then.
was a personal trainer, so he a stocky motherfucker. He be on there lifting weights and shit. He'll throw 315 up there and rep it out and all that type of shit. But he got the big Texas belt buckle. He always got the J's on and shit. He got the grill in his mouth. He just a player ass Texas nigga, man. He just look like he come from H-Town. You know what I'm saying? He reminds you of the old Swisher House days and shit. Like when he in his car, he gonna ride on swangers and he just straight Texas, man. He just a
Okay,
player.
Texas is every way,
Yeah,
like
he
Moody
just a, yeah,
Trayweather say.
yeah, he just a player, man. He ain't Mr. Tenderism really a mark on the cool because he was hating on Les at first. He was coming with his black diamonds, and Les had his red nuggets. So he would go in there, let him make it, but he'll come back with something every now and then when Mr. Tenderism was getting out of line. But when the white dude that owned the company started tripping, Mr. Tenderism went on there and defended the motherfucker. That's what pissed me off. You up here cooning. So I'm
Oh
supposed to
wow.
have more, I'm supposed to be rocking with you when this dude over here been doing it the right way since the beginning. He own all his shit. All his shit is his shit. He ain't over there cooning for nobody. That's the motherfucker that everybody need to be behind right there. And I know his price is high. Like if you go on his website, the price is high and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the one knock you can say. But outside of that, man, less a player, man. And Mr. Tenderism is a step and fetch it motherfucker to me.
Okay, you can shed some different lights on it. I didn't know that part about him protecting the white guy and all that. Like I said, actually, it just came to my attention. But today it just happened to show up on my feed, and I was like, oh, okay, what's going on with the tenderism guy? And that's when I heard everybody saying, don't go to this restaurant, go to that restaurant no more. But when I saw the meat falling off the bone, that was pretty interesting to me.
Yeah, this shit don't look like Les though. Les should be looking delicious. Everybody be going crazy over that motherfucking shit. I mean, his stuff was falling off the bone and stuff, but his oxtails do not look as good as Les oxtails, bro.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna give them both a try.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, maybe I'm going too hard on OG, but I just didn't like how he did what he did.
He is an OG. He about 80 years old. You know, he is from one of those older times. You know, we can see things a lot different from what he could see things, you know. So that could play a big part of his his attitude and everything like that. D-Lo said he reminded him of who was in charge. True that.
Yeah, let's just remind me of Lil Flip and Big Pokey and all them niggas back in the day.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm picturing exactly what you're talking about. I'm picturing this guy and he barbecuing and he got some good Q and stuff, some good food. But when you say shit, he riding around on swangers, got the grill, wearing the J's, probably got those starchy Archie pants on, not tight. They got that nice crease down the middle.
You already know.
With the little fold at the bottom a little bit, not folded like a cuff, but you know how I break down. Big E be dressing like that, man. Big bro be fly like that.
And then look, he got his family and the business and stuff. He got all his sons working. Just had a baby, a little daughter. He be showing his daughter and shit. That motherfucker down there gave me baby fever. Looking at him with his daughter and shit. But it's just a family thing. His wife, you know, everybody working and shit. Man, they build a generational wealth together. He just an example of what it should be, man. I mean, Mr. Tenderism, he doing his thing, but that ain't a path to follow. Les is a path to follow. He's the example for Black America.
Because he started it, owning it, and running it. Les Tenderism had to learn a lesson.
Yeah, this dude here, he started at his son's football games. He would make barbecue for the football games, and then the parents started saying, "Man, this shit good enough. You can sell it." And he was working in the oil rigs and shit. So he quit his job and went full time. Went all in with the barbecue. Started getting on social media to promote it, and he then took it all the way to where he is now. Now he go all over the country, be touring and shit. He done opened up restaurants and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, he got his family involved in it and all that. Man, that motherfucker player, man. That's a motherfucker to aspire to be like if you like a young up and coming brother. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I got it. Salute to him. Like I said, I'm gonna try both of their stuff. So what you got on this menu other than the ham hocks?
Ham hocks, he be having them oxtails is the
Yeah,
main thing.
why I say ham hocks?
But he got everything. He got chicken. He got ribs. He be making like boudin, and I mean he got all
Ooh,
kinds
I
of
like
shit.
boudin, man.
He got the
Boudin,
oxtail
boy.
boudin though.
Oh wow, what?
Yeah, he like a mad scientist when it comes to that kitchen, man. He got all kind of shit. He got the loaded potatoes with the oxtail, and you just got to go on his website and see, man. He got a whole bunch of shit, and he also show himself making it on social media. Like if he come
Okay.
up with an idea, he got his partner. His name is Jr. And him and Jr. They'll taste test the food and all that kind of shit. He let other people taste test and get their reaction and stuff like that. He's just a creative motherfucker, man. He done took oxtail and turned that shit into 30 different dishes or some shit.
Can you imagine that you know, oxtail is one of the staples of a black family's dinner table.
Oh, smoked oxtails are just player, especially if you can make them tender. And he done figured out how to make the shit tender. I ain't tried it yet, man. I'm gonna order some though, but they expensive though. They are very expensive. I gotta say that.
Okay, we got a boxing question popped up from Eric Carr. He said, "What do you gentlemen think about Earl Spence and Tim Zoo?" To be honest with you, like I said before, Earl Spence, you know, Mister, I don't take tune-ups. I think he would be well deserved to take one. It's been since Terrence Crawford and he had danced, so I don't even know what his dancing legs look like anymore. I'm still trying to figure out who is he training under? Is it that part? And does he really still have the desire to fight? That's the big question. If you don't really have the desire to fight, why are you stepping in the ring? Tim Zoo has been fighting. He is busy. And you know, this is one of those guys that he been wanting to fight. Let's think about it for a minute. He's fought. Yeah, he lost to Fundora. Then he quit against Fundora. You know, that's the only knock you can make against him, really. He came back. Didn't he he got knocked out by somebody?
Yeah, Bakram Murtalazeev knocked him out about 4 rounds.
But he fighting. But he fighting. Is Earl still Earl? You know, that's my whole question is, does he have the desire to really fight? You know, he pump faked us a few times like he was coming back with the cryptic messages and all that kind of stuff a couple of years ago. But right now, if I had to lean to anybody, I would lean toward Tim because Tim has been the one that's been more busy.
Yeah, man, it's kind of tough. It almost gave me a headache even thinking about it. If Earl was on top of his shit, I'd take Earl. But like you said, he ain't been in the ring. Tim Zoo, he ain't been looking like Tim Zoo since he lost the front door. He got his ass knocked out by Murtalazeev. Like you said, the rematch against Fundora went out there and got stopped. He ain't looking like no killer like he was. You know what I'm saying? But Earl Hayes came off layoffs and looked very good. Like he came off a layoff and fought the guy from Cuba, the guy that beat Pacquiao.
Ugas.
Yeah, he beat Ugas. And he looked damn good against Ugas. He looked good enough to make me pick him against Crawford.
Yeah. But the ass whooping from Crawford and then being gone for so long, you know, we got to see when he come back. Did that fight against Crawford do what the fight against Fundora do to Tim Zoo?
Well, this one thing too, like I've been, you know, studying fights with Champ Ross and all that kind of shit, and I have noticed that if a fighter is coming off a knockout loss and he come off a layoff, the layoffs actually seem to help him. It seems like they got time to get their head back right and to get their resolve back and maybe even go over some mistakes that they made and tighten up on them, and then they come back with something. So, you know, he took a pretty devastating knockout to Crawford. He got his ass whooped all over the place. In front of the world, he got embarrassed. He got humiliated. So I think some time away from the ring might have actually helped him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go ahead and roll with Earl Spence, man. I might be dumb, but I'm going to go ahead and ride with Earl, man. Tim ain't looking as formidable as he once did. And I think you got to be real good to beat Earl. Because if I don't say that, I'm kind of taking credit away from Crawford. He lost to a great fighter, and I don't know if Tim Tszyu was great enough to do what Crawford did.
I agree with you on that. Moody Trayweather said after the Bud fight, Earl has been in shape though. Okay, so that might play into the hands of getting himself together. From what I understand, you know, my question is: did he stop drinking? Did he stop smoking? Those two things are very embedded in my mind. And, you know, I say I like Earl over Crawford. He was my favorite fighter. And as far as those little dudes, and then Crawford came. If they was fighting, I picked Earl. If he was fighting somebody else, I picked him. But
one person that did stop drinking, and that's me. I was able to I was able to defeat that shit, and I
congratulations, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was giving that shit too much credit for winning at the poker table. But it is not
you kicking ass without it, huh?
Yeah, it is not the alcohol, it is the hard work that I have put into learning the game. You know what I'm saying? And I've probably been winning more money since I ain't been drinking. So yeah, I beat that shit. I ain't had no alcohol in about 3 weeks or something like that now. You know
I'm
what
happy
I'm
to
saying?
hear that.
Yeah, and I ain't had no desire to get none. So shit, we just gonna keep it rolling.
There it is, bro.
But I do got bad news though.
That is
because I got to studying. I told you I was going to school for respiratory therapy,
right?
And I got to looking into it,
and
they started saying that like I would have to work with premature babies and all that type of stuff.
Okay,
I said, man, fuck that shit, and I got up out of there.
What?
Yeah, I did. I got spooked when they said that, and I was like, man, I don't want to be responsible if somebody dies something. You know what I'm saying? Working with premature babies, but since I done that, I was thinking to myself like, who better than you though? Because like you the type of person, like I'm the type of person that I want to do a good job. I'm the type of person that actually cares. I'm not just gonna go to work for a check. Like I actually want to be good at whatever I do. I probably sold myself short. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably could handle that type of responsibility because I really do want to do a good job at whatever I do, bro. And it would kill me. It would devastate me if something happened to somebody on my watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably like I'm probably a good candidate for that type of shit.
But I would think, you know, listen to your conversation and wanting to be the good, you know, they need that. You know, you have to accept to a certain point that you can't save them all, but you can do your best to help them through. Well, I'll be dang. AB09 is in the building. She said, yes, you did yourself a short, Trey. And bringing off that, I think, bro, think about it. You know, I'm not going to be like no push or nothing like that, but I would truly ask for you to think about it, reconsider, think about the goods over the bad, because you just took one bad. You took premature babies, one, you know, losing one would devastate you. But think about if you do step into that, how many you could help, how many families you could make whole.
I was thinking about that. I was like, man, like a mother and a father, they can count on me. I ain't gonna be no kind of negligence. I'm not gonna do nothing that's gonna be detrimental to the child. And I'm like, man, you know, it might be some kids that get to grow up because of me. And I'm being scared of the responsibility and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, like I told you, I was drinking and playing poker and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of felt like I might not have had the right mentality. Like I was kind of rushing into some shit. And then on the cool, like I've been making some good money playing poker, bro. Like I just did the numbers and I'm making about $60 an hour already playing poker.
Okay.
So
I'm going to shoot that. I hate to have to cut you off, but I am going to shoot that. $60 an hour, a life that you saved. That's priceless.
Yeah, I understand.
You just said you can help a mother and look, take it from a grandfather who lost 2 grandbabies and had to watch his daughter go through the suffering that she went through. And this wasn't even respiratory. This was just, you know, God's actions. But for you, you have stopped drinking, one. You know, so that would be out the way. That's not even an issue. So you play poker. You can still play poker. You know what I'm saying? You can still do that. But just imagine if it's put for you, like I said, just think about it, bro. If it's put for you to be able to do it, man, go for that, man. Go for that. You mess around and be like Dr. Red Duke. You remember him?
No, I don't know what that is.
What? Dr. Red Duke was a famous doctor here in Houston, here in Texas. Everybody knew Dr. Red Duke. Dr. Red Duke saved my wife's life. This man was a TV personality. He was on the news. He would come on TV and talk about health issues and stuff like that. And I'm so grateful to God let that man be alive. When my wife and my kids got into their car accident, he saved her. She got a metal plate in her on her pelvis right now with the Texas stamp on it from Dr. Red Duke. This man put my wife back together. And bro, if you getting put into a situation where you can help, heck, you never know. You might end up, you smart, you might end up coming up with something to help these babies live long and beautiful lives and be able to be athletes and all kind of stuff. Don't sell yourself short, man. Don't sell yourself short at all. Coming from me, I think you can do it.
Yeah, I ain't.
If you're saying something, your mic cut you off.
Yeah, my bad, man. I'm gonna have to get off in a minute because my shit about to go dead. But yeah, I ain't selling myself short. I mean, I have been thinking about that since I made that decision. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I have been enjoying the fuck out of my life here lately. Because I was away from poker for a long time after my game got robbed and I wasn't able to play. And now I got consistent action all the time. I go in there and put my foot in their motherfucking ass. I done made 5 figures and shit. They scared. They fear me when I go up in that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, man. I love sticking that dagger in them folks, man. And then I'm representing for my people and shit too, because it's mainly white people off in there. They see me the way I look and shit. I look urban as fuck. They don't be expecting it. And then I go in there and put that Dirk Diggler in they motherfucker.
Now imagine you being at a hospital.
Yeah, it ain't
same
the same,
situation.
I understand what you're saying, but that's 2 different things. Like the good side of me, yeah, that's good and all that, but I'm a killer too, nigga.
I feel you.
Yeah, I know y'all don't know me that well.
Kill respiratory germs.
But at the same time, this is my another thing too. I'm like, man, you really going away from who the fuck you are. Like, nigga, I was 18, 19 going to casinos and shit with my dad. Nigga, I'm a lifetime winner when it comes to gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like I done put a lot of work and dedication off into that shit. So that's part of my story too. Like, yeah, I'm good with school and all that type of shit. But bro, I can go get that money and I can come back with it. Now I ain't playing no big stakes. I'm only playing 1-3. You know what I'm saying? But I have been having some elite numbers when it comes to that shit. I average 20 big blinds per hour. I know y'all don't know nothing about that shit, but that is an elite level. You know what I'm saying? So I have been having fun in my life. Like, I really be enjoying my shit. So that's also part of the equation too. Like, do you want to go away from who the fuck you are and go into some other shit because you got some good to give? Or do you want to be selfish and just enjoy your life and just have shit rolling the way it's been rolling? And it actually can roll better because I done made mistakes and shit along the way that I done cleaned up. And like I said, I'm about $60 an hour right now. I could be more than that. So that's part of the of my rationale too.
But I'm gonna keep it real, and I'm gonna say, you know, as your extended family through this thing here, whatever choice you make, I'm gonna support it. You know, and it must be a special night, a real special night, because I'm looking and do I see Dimps Designs on here as well? What's going on, sis? Been a minute since I seen you pop up. Glad to have you here.
What's up to his Dimps Designs going down? My Amazon Angel, Miss Almond Brown. What's up with it? What y'all doing up in there?
It look like they ride with us. I feel extra special right now. But yeah, bro, we gonna support you whichever route you go. I'm gonna listen to the stories of how you in there breaking those peckerwoods. Did I say that?
Don't say that, bro. You tripping. My
bad. Y'all know how I can get sometime. I'm gonna say the snow people. Y'all, you doing that, you breaking them up. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing, and I listen to the stories of how you got them in there getting upset, pink like lobsters when they losing their money because they looking at you like you urban. Oh, I'm gonna break this boy. Go in there and take it all. Then take it all. Come back and laugh with us and tell us all about it.
Yeah, but I'm a straight nice guy too, nigga. I go off in there and shake everybody's hand and be the nicest person in the world. I tell them that they better than me and all kind of shit, and be steady scooping them pots in on it.
Wow, y'all better than me, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this win right here because this belongs to me. Dang.
Yeah, I'm definitely an old school rounder when it comes to that shit. Square bending.
Oh, look at sis say. She said, I agree with the fellas. True is the greatest fight caller over here. And she threw a bunch of frogs up.
I appreciate that.
That's what I'm talking about. Man. Oh, so I got a story for you. I actually got a couple of them. Driving this bus, right? Driving my bus, I'm trying to be the best I can be. I greet people when they get on. I give them good words when they're getting off. So, I had wheelchair people to come and walkers and stuff like that. So when the wheelchairs, I pull up to the wheelchair, right? Lean the bus, put the ramp down, let the guy get on, strap him in and all this here.
Oh, yeah, I seen that short you made.
Man, just he get off the bus, stand up and start pushing the wheelchair. I'm like, you can walk, bro. Really? But that's not the have. Buses don't have windows to open up, except for the driver window. You can open that window up, get you some air, right?
Yeah.
So, I can't be prejudiced or biased against anybody. Some people get on, they have some odor, stuff like this. So I decided I'm going to start when I drive my bus, I'm going to open up that back hatch, the escape hatch. But if you pop it, just a little bit, it helps pull wind when I open the door and it circulates the bus. So this guy got on there. And when I say he smelled horrible, he smelled horrible. So he's sitting, he couldn't go to the back of the bus. He sits in the area that's kind of behind the driver's seat, right? So I'm riding and I start smelling this odor. You know how you smell something, you start looking around?
Yeah.
Because you're like, what is that? Now, I ain't passed no gas. I know I haven't because, I didn't. So yeah. I'm like, what is this smell? Then I realized because I look in the mirror, I got this side mirror that look at the seats behind me so don't nobody sneak up on me. So I'm looking and I see him sitting over there and I know that the smell is permeating from him. And all the people is like, they got their hands on their faces. This one old lady pulled a mask out and put it on. Now tell me why this gentleman has the nerve, because it's kind of chilly. And I got the AC on full blast, so it's whipping around in the bus, but it's working, it's ventilating. He comes and says, excuse me, sir, it's kind of cold on here. You mind closing the hatch? Bruh. I politely said, sir. These are my words. I politely said, sir, right now there is a very terrible smell circulating through the bus, and I'm trying to air that out. And he's like, but I'm cold. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go and keep it real, dude. You stink.
Man. You
stink. Now I'm gonna take you where you need to go. I'm hoping that you're not riding to the end of the line because the end of the line was about 30 more minutes away. But if you just please have a seat, I'm sorry that you cold, but I got to think about everybody else. The look he gave me like, nigga, did you just tell me y'all stink? But what else was I supposed to say?
Yeah.
When that dude stepped off the bus, 3 stops down, oh my gosh. People was on there like, he had the nerve, the old lady, he had the nerve to tell you to close. She said he smelled like something. Then she started talking in Spanish. She was lighting him up, but everybody on the bus had something to say. Bro, I had to tell him no. hopefully the next time I see him, it won't be that bad. But it be all kind of stuff going on these buses, bro, that I wish I could just set my phone up and record so I could show y'all the madness that be happening. But they won't let me do it.
Dang.
They won't let me do it at all.
I know that's embarrassing, man.
How can it be? You know you stink. You know you smell bad, but to have the nerve to say, close the thing that's letting the smell through. Come on, man. He say, damn, I'm glad I'm out the military. It used to be people that smell like, really? I thought that in the military I thought it was like a rule that you had to be clean. Yeah, Brown, he had to know he smelled. She say, Lord.
I would never even guess Moody Treyweather was a military type motherfucker.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. But yeah, you're right. You know, till now, I wouldn't have never thought of it either. But thank you for your service, my brother. Thank you for your service.
I'm glad you ain't in there right now.
Oh my God.
Bullshit that Trump got us on.
And speaking of that right now, our brother Obese, his baby girl is in the military right now. She just had a baby, but she's in the military right now. And I was talking to him and he was like, man, he confident she's gonna be all right. She ain't in danger of being deployed just as of yet. But it's not like it's not hanging over his head and over his family's head. I just pray that she, she don't have to go through it, because this person that's doing stuff is really screwing up. And I'm just praying that she don't have to go through it.
They talking about they gonna raise the age to 42. You can go to the military and shit.
Who they think there's gonna be so many people who'd rather go to jail than to go to the military, especially right now? I don't think that's gonna happen.
I wish the fuck I would be out there doing some PT, knee cracking. I'm old as hell. I'm fat, out of shape. I'm like 205 pounds. I done lost a couple of pounds. I was 210. I've been back on my workout a little bit. I ain't been drinking and stuff, so I've been more active and stuff. But man, I could not imagine doing no PT at no 42 years old.
Dang. Armin Brown said her sister's in the Army and her nephews are in the Navy right now.
I was gonna go to the military, but my pops gave me that Furious Styles Boys in the Hood speech. Military ain't no place for a black man, Trey, and all that type of shit. If you go to the military, you need to go to officer school. You don't need to go in as an enlisted man. There ain't no place for a black man and all that type of stuff, so I ain't go. I went and took the ASVAB and shit, made 89. The Air Force, Navy, and the Army were like, man, hey, man, you can get down there in the job you want. The Navy was like, man, you can do anything except for the nuclear program, because I had some weed on my record. The Air Force was in there like, man, hey, man, ain't nobody gonna have you living like we gonna have you living. Fuck the Air Force and the Navy. So I was gonna go to the Air Force. And I got the speech from Pops and didn't go. Sometimes I look back and be like, damn, I wish I would have went. You know what I'm saying? I'd be ready to retire. Or if I haven't retired already, because I was like 19 when I was gonna go.
Dang. Oh, thank you for your service, Dimps. Dimps was in the Army too, Armin Brown said. Thank you, sis, for your service. I tried to go, but I had been bad. So, they was like, no, you can't come. But my big brother, he was, not my oldest brother that passed away, but my brother that's over me, right, that's closest to me, 9-year difference. He went to the Navy. I had a cousin that was a Marine. My family's chock full of people that went, and my brother always tells me, if you had went to the military, bro, you would have been an officer, because your attitude and the way you are. I'm like, yeah, you think so? Yeah, you would have turned it into a career. But then I think about the life that I got now, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
No, yeah, you won that life. And Miss Dempsey's aunt, she do look kind of tough. So now that I think about it, she look like she probably was in the military. She look like she can fight a little bit.
He said she looked like she kind of tough.
Yeah, she look kind of tough.
I'm gonna have to learn how to do some of the stuff she doing. I'll be seeing her making the slow down, T. Talk. I be seeing her make her crafts and stuff like that. I got a niece, my great niece. She's just not just my niece, my great niece. I call her Chipmunk. So her mama had told me that she crochets and she has a channel. So I went and checked out her channel, right? And Glorilla had on this outfit, and my niece said, I'm about to make this outfit, y'all. And I actually sat here and watched this young lady crochet this outfit, this two-piece outfit, and then put it on. And it looked good. I was so amazed because I remember holding her as a baby, and the reason I nicknamed her Chipmunk because her jaws always looked like she was holding food in them. But I'm like, wow, my great niece is actually a mother now and living life. I'm like, I'm looking at all the kids and stuff that was babies to me, and I'm like, they grown now, bro. Where has time gone?
Yeah.
And Brown say, I do not like people yelling at me. I wouldn't have made it through boot camp.
I guess I ain't the best with authority either, to be honest with you. I probably would have struggled with that.
Trey Weather said, I would tell people Air Force if they go, not Army. Actually, Obese daughter is in the Air Force. She went Air Force.
All right, that's what's up then.
She said, she laughed, Oliver Brown laughed, and she said, she is real tough. She's that quiet tough too. That's that kind of tough that you mess around, you talking noise, and you get silently knocked up across your head and didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
She said, you not, we both stubborn. Yeah, stubborn, I don't think it cut out too. Wait a minute. You said they trying to raise the age to 42.
Yeah.
But saying that would mean, are they planning on trying to start the draft back up? Because if they're giving you the option to come, I don't see too many 42-year-olds talking about, you know what? I think I'm going to go join the military.
I don't know exactly what they're trying to do, but I just heard that shit recently. I damn sure ain't going. And
well,
she talking about I'm stubborn. She in the class of her own, though. Square business. She in the class of her own. Army Brown is tough. Square business.
Trey Weather said you would have made it, Trey. I believe boxing training and dieting is harder. So he's saying that would have been a cakewalk for you.
Not at 42 though. I'll be over there marching and shit, telling me, y'all hold on. Shit, I'm tired. Goddamn, let's rest for a minute. Cause I'm 42, nigga. I ain't 22 no more. Yeah, ain't no sense in me even giving that shit a shot.
Hold up. D-Lo say I was weeks away from going to the U.S. Coast Guard in 2000, but knee surgery nixed that, or should I say fixed that. They told me to go to the Navy for 4 years and come back. I was too disappointed and moved on. Still got all my paperwork.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, yeah, they are talking draft as well. Now, see, first of all, no, heck, I only got one son. And I'll be damned if I let him go to the military. But then I remember they had, who was there? My oldest brother had told me a story that they don't take the only son no more. They won't do that because that's the last of the bloodline. So he should be safe.
Yeah.
But still, man, bringing back the draft under an idiot, and yeah, I said that. Bringing back the draft up under somebody who does not even respect veterans, who makes fun of mentally ill people and handicapped people. Send his son first. His son, the baby boy that's helping make decisions about the United States, and his son-in-law. You know, send some of their babies. You send some of those congressmen and all their babies, then we can have a conversation. But I don't want to hear nothing if they kids ain't going. I don't even want if a vote come up, everybody better vote no. I will be screaming to the top of me, vote against that. Please vote against that.
Yeah, motherfucker Trump trying to get everybody jammed up, man. I can't stand that motherfucker. I done fell out with a friend over MAGA. I normally don't like to get into it with my friends and nothing about no politics, but man, I do not like MAGA, man. And this motherfucker here was posting shit all on Facebook and all that stuff about MAGA. We done fell out over this.
Well,
I can't stand them motherfuckers. They so damn dumb, man. Just be willfully ignorant about shit. I just can't stand it. No matter what this man does, it does not register on their radar. They just dismiss everything. And then this motherfucker had the rationale. He talking about, well, I like MAGA and Doge because I want them to investigate how all these people making millions. So I said, let me get this straight. You worried about some millionaires and you gonna put your trust in a fucking billionaire to find out the truth. So you mean to tell me that you think that the damn billionaire is more righteous than the millionaires? Like, bro, that don't even fucking make sense. Nigga, it's hard to be a billionaire and be an upstanding citizen. Nigga, you're gonna have to ride on the backs of some hard-working laborers to be a billionaire. If you own Nike, nigga, you got sweatshops out there in China and all kind of shit making shoes. Everybody not gonna get paid, man. So you mean to tell me you more worried about millionaires than you are a billionaire? You got to be the dumbest motherfucker in the world. And me and this dude ain't talked since, man. That was one of my good friends too. I've been knowing this dude since 2007, and we done fell out over fucking Doge and Maca.
well, sometimes politics, even that's why they say don't talk about it, because politics will reveal the thinking of the person that's standing on side of you. It reveals how they think about other folks and other people, and what they truly allegiance are. Like D-Lo, Almond Brown said, you're gonna have to explain how she's in a class of her own. Laughing out loud.
Oh yeah, she know how she in the class of her own. She is tough minded. For real. She is not the type of woman to go with the flow. But I gotta say something to my boy Moody Treyweather, because I made a statement a while back and I saw him call cap on me when I went back and looked at the comments, because I said that I only like black women. And he called cap on that. And let me explain what I mean. Now, I do recognize beauty in all races of women. If a woman is white, Mexican, whatever, I see the beauty, but I don't feel compelled to want to be romantic with them. I don't even want to smash them. Like I want to just look at them and say, oh yeah, she's pretty. But I don't want to caress her. I don't want to hold her. I don't want no relationship with her. I just look at her. But when it comes to the black women, it's different. Like I feel like they like Muhammad Ali said, don't nobody understand me like my American black woman. They understand the struggle that our people have been through. They understand what we face on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? And my body just responded to them differently. Like I want to be intimate with them. I want to have a relationship and hold them and court them or whatever the case may be. But when I see the other races of women, I just don't feel like that. I just want to look at them and say, oh yeah, she's pretty, but nothing further than that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was meaning. I'm not saying I don't see no beauty nowhere except for black women, but it's different. It's a different level when it comes to them.
Now, with everything you just said, let me clear my throat, because I like my little burn up bunnies too. And that's not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm saying it as a term of endearment. I love the sisters. I can notice the beauty in a white lady or a Spanish lady or Indian lady or Chinese or whatever she is. But if you lined them all up and said, MZ, you got to pick one, she going to always look like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I for it doesn't even register to me. I can't even think of a life with another race woman. I could respect them. I can love them as sisters and people, but the natural love, mate love, spend time forever love, like you said, hold and caress, sit down and just take deep breaths and smell her essence. All that's got to come from a sister.
Yeah.
That's got to come from a sister. I need to smell a hot comb sometime. And you know what I mean? I need to smell that. You
I used to
know?
like smelling spritz back in the day, nigga. I like
Oh
the way
man,
spritz
come
smell.
on, spritz. And then they put that hot comb to it, and you hear that and then stand their hair up. Come on, man. You ain't the only one. You
Yeah.
are not the only one. Cocoa butter. Come on. Come
Yeah.
on, man. It's just the way they talk. The
Shea
way they
butter, all that shit, man.
that shea butter got such a unique smell. And it opens your nostrils up. It gives you, you know what? Honestly, this is something I can say that doesn't happen with anybody else. You can smell a sister that got her smell good on, took her shower, took her bath, she come out, she got that smell. Have you noticed that when you inhale her, um, I guess it releases endorphins or something, but it puts you in a good mood.
There might be some endorphins. You might get a little serotonin, and probably the main thing is oxytocin, especially if it's a woman that you care about. You
Yeah,
know,
you know, my sisters can my like say my sister come in, she smell good. I get happy. My wife come in and she smells, you know, she smelling, you know, I get happy. They, you know, it's crazy, but I get that from that. That does not happen when I smell. I can smell a lady say, "Oh, that smells pretty. That smells nice." But my mood will, you know, I could be in a down like mood, and I can get a whiff of my sister, my mama, my mother-in-law, my wife, one of my daughters, and it changes my whole mood. It's
yeah, I think,
crazy.
yeah, that's just them genetics communicating with you. I understand where you coming from, bro. Square business. I ain't putting down the other women. You know, they got their beauty in their own way. But I will say this: the white man, the Mexican man, the Asian man, whoever, they ain't gotta have no problem with me because I ain't trying to knock their women down. Your women are safe around me, bro. Cause I'm not tripping like that. Give me a sister. You know what I'm saying? That's just what that is.
I feel you. Dilo say my oldest son's mom is white. We were together for years until 2001 or two, but I had no desire for any non-black woman since.
Now I will say this though: like if the black and the white get together, that is good genetic diversity. And if you look at them, a lot of the time the kids be a little taller, the kids be a little fit. You know what I'm saying? So there is a benefit to that. And as a matter of fact, a lot of diseases like Down syndrome, for example, those come from two recessive genes. So the more diverse genetic diversity that you have, the better. So I do recognize that. But just for me and my preferences and what I like, what attracts me, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, Moody Trayweather took my saying. He said, "Good thing we don't have to pick one."
Yeah.
I feel you. I'm like, you know, my days of that is way behind me, way behind me.
I got to jump out though, bro. My shit about to go dead.
I feel you, bro. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me as long as you did.
I appreciate you letting me get on, man. Salute to everybody off in the chat. I will try my best to be here next Tuesday. D-Lo, holler at me, man. Let's go ahead and put something together, man, because I think we can put together some player shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate you letting me get on and all that, man. I'll chop it up with y'all, man. I ain't gonna talk you to death. Salute.
Salute. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all holler at me. I'll give y'all some background music or some opening up music. You know what I'm saying? It's a family thing, and let's help y'all get it together. He said, like that CEO of Boeing who got 30 million plus raised while the employees got less than. Don't even get me started on how these people be doing and acting. Cause you know, I go militant, then y'all be saying, MZ, you can't say that. Next thing you know, people be knocking at my door and I'll be off the air. And y'all be like, what happened to MZ? Because my mouth will get me in trouble. He said, pretty like a deer. But yeah, I enjoyed everybody coming through. It's been a pleasure, and I'm excited and feel great because Almond Brown and Dimps Design showed up. Haven't seen them in a minute. I didn't know what was going on, but I do be seeing you going to church and everything like that. He said MZ turned into a poet. All jokes aside, I'm loyal to the sisters. I am, bro. I am. I am. You know, it's just something about them. It's just something about them. I feel my connection with my wife. Next time you around a sister that's on her game and smelling nice, just take a deep breath. Just feel your nostrils with her and watch and see. Don't you feel good about it? You just start feeling good. I'm telling you, it's something about them. See, now I got crunk. I'm finna tell y'all good night because I'm finna run in here and bother my wife. She probably in there watching something or reading something, but it's my duty to go in there and agitate her right now. Just go in there and start doing stuff that I messing with it, sliding up under, getting all close to it. You know what I mean? Just show us some love. See, I'll be in your clouds, MZ. I just okay. Wait, what? I just happen to be, okay, you just happen to be up, and in my kitchen preparing fruit bowls. Ooh, fruit bowls. Cooking my dog his food. Oh, you cook your dog's food? My big brother does that. My big brother will go in the kitchen. He has 4. He has 4 little dogs. But he'll go in there and cook them meals and set them up. And I mean, they eat good. Moody Treyweather, peace. He said, peace chat, blessings to y'all. Good show, brother. I appreciate it. I try to do my best. D-Lo, take Trey X, and what he say, man? Y'all put a show together that'll give us something twice in a week. You know, it'll give us something to bounce off of. My show on Tuesday, y'all pick a good day. The research says that Tuesday is a good day, Friday is a good day. You know, whenever day y'all pick, I love to hear you guys get on there and chop it up and do y'all thing, and you'll get supported. And just remember me and the Track Titans, man. We got music for y'all. We got instrumentals. She said, yes, I cook his food. He's an older dog now, and it's cheaper for me to cook my dog's food. I feel you on that. I got two spoiled ones. But man, I don't know what else to say except I love you guys. Appreciate you guys for coming through and kicking it with me and talking boxing. We finna get out of here. I'm gonna let a little tracks play for a little bit and burn up the last few minutes, so that way Yasser don't get on me and say I didn't stay on long enough. With that piece, I'm out. I'm gonna let this music play. Y'all can ride with it if you like. Peace.
Heavy air, midnight glare, shadows crawling on the wall. I'll light up, drift away, let the silent star call. Smoke ray spinning, memories spinning. I lose myself tonight. Oh, regrets and the regrets, they fade into the light. Every breath a little less. World outside grows small, floating high, just passing by above it all. Let the smoke rise, take me to another place where the pain died and the world just melts away. In this hate, I'm untouchable, invisible, afraid that the smoke cry, that the night carry me. Dreams unravel, time unravels. I'm lost, but I don't care. Broken looking strange and faded things, they vanish in the air. Every heartbeat, every beat, I'm further from the ground. In this moment, I own it, I won't come down. Let the smoke rise, take me to another place where the pain dies and the world just melts away. In this haze, I'm untouchable, invisible, free. Let the smoke rise, let the night carry me. And the morning comes, I'll find my way. But tonight, let the smoke take me away.
He turned his back on love, he fell from grace and God. He lost his protection from the demons.
Sometimes they say they love you. Sometimes I say it back. I just let time take over. It'll always give you back. These people shape-shifting, strange naming, lane changing, strange naming. Me, I'm gonna keep it G, that's why I speak like that. Before you get to complaining, the MZ was off beat. I did it that way to make sure that you won't sleep. Hustling on your come up like a man's supposed to do. By the time you finally make it, watch the way they come at you. Sometimes they say they love you. Sometimes I say it back. I just let time take over. It'll always give you back. These people shape-shifting, strange naming, lane changing, strange naming. Me, I'm gonna keep it G, that's why I speak like that. I ride around at 900K, push the button on my way. These haters throwing tantrums, yet and still they gotta look this way. Flip the switch, watch them kneel. This is how they really feel. Mad cause when I speak, they look around and it's done for real. I'm iller than they thought I'd be, worth more than they thought of me. Compensate for a second, you realize that I'm a prodigy. We smooth with that. Niggas get to tripping on the block, we cool with that. If you really got a problem, we can deal with that. But don't be crying to you people when we bring shit back. We smooth with that. Niggas get to tripping on the block, we cool with that. If you really got a problem, we can deal with that. But don't be crying to you people when we bring shit back.
I spit real to the bullshit. Average niggas can't handle that. It's not my fault they fuck niggas.
This nigga burning candles black? What the fuck is that? Who these niggas trying to be? Whatever you do, keep them niggas away from me.
And I'ma leave it there. Now back to the realest shit. Big E dropping that heat. Boy, where you been with this? The apex predator shit coming together, bro. If you want to step to this shit, reset your schedule. Ain't none of your bets hedgeable. Woo! Ain't none of your words legible. When I catch you with this bat, your legs won't be leggable. You'll be in the wheelchair, moving like vegetables. But not the kind you eat, the kind you get rewarded with for fucking around in the streets. Yeah, bitch, I'm the la-di-da. Step through, black Adidas. It's a shame that he didn't see the lime green dot. Lit his ass like a suite of the finest lot. Caught him slipping at the light about 9 o'clock. Nigga never got a chance to text his moms and pop. I'm almost home.
We smooth with that. Niggas get to tripping on the block. We cool with that. If you really got a problem, we can deal with that. But don't be crying to your people when we bring shit back. We smooth with that. Niggas get to tripping on the block. We cool with that. If you really got a problem, we can deal with that. But don't be crying to your people when we bring shit back. Pressure then or pressure now. Niggas always talking down. Hit him like the exorcist and spin his head completely round. Talking like some giants, yeah, I guess they think they standing tall. Till I came up in his piece and hit him like some fentanyl. Looking strange when facing truth, cause fantasy is how they live. Drop a lick until they laugh and surely they can't handle it. Good night, y'all. Peace. We out.